What's up, everybody? What's happening? K Mega 405. Uh-oh. Turn that down. All right. What's up, everybody? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405. Well, I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers out there. Man, sorry that I was late. I'm a little kind of flustered right now. Just read some crazy news. Before I get started, I just got to say this. I know that stupid bill passed or whatever, which is tragic in its own right, but this is something that hit closely personal for home for me. I seen something that where one of a homeboy I grew up with, man, got caught up, man, and and he sent off. Brother just got out I don't know about 6 years ago, something like that. And I've been trying to tell bro, when sit there, bro was talking about, the clique and what I'm saying, we got to get back and start hanging out and start doing all that. And I'm like, bro, man, I'm too old for that life. You know what I mean? And then, I'm like, what I'm saying, man, enjoy your marriage, man. Just live life, man. We too old for that. Too old for that life. And now to see, what I'm saying, he got picked up yesterday. It's all over the news out here. It was all over the news locally here. Bro, man, man, my heart breaks, bro, because even though, you grow up with somebody, what I'm saying, ever since, from junior high. And what I'm saying, and even if you live a life of where you ain't been the best person or something of that nature, but people can change. People can be better. And, what I'm saying? My brother couldn't get out of his second childhood. And my heart aches for it, man. It aches for his family, aches for him, because he ain't ever getting out. He's gone forever. So that bothers me. It breaks my heart, not because of the fact that he did it to himself, but the fact of it is that, people in his camp didn't hold him down. I tried to tell him, always have. And because once I sit there and I stepped out of that situation, when I realized, for me, I got kids, what I'm saying? I'm a single father, and I got to take care of this. I can't sit there and put that burden on my mother. I can't put that burden on anybody else. It's my responsibility. And even though I was careless, stupid, young, trying to learn, what I'm saying, trying to adapt without a father in my life. What I'm saying? My mom, my grandparents did the best they could for me. But to dishonor them was to fail and not get it right. And I don't know, man. Like I said, my heart breaks out for it. It's just crazy. That's why I was a little late. I was just yo, what? You know what I mean? And I said what was crazy is that I ran into brother when we did when we had our reunion, and I was asking how things was, stuff like that, and then again talking about that life, and I'm just bro, I'm so far from that. You know what I'm saying? But it was what it was. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna ever hate on anybody making their money, doing their thing, whatever they do, right? That's on them. I just know what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? And so, that shit sucks, man. That shit sucks. That shit hurts. Hurts deep down, pretty much, man. I just hate it. Yeah, no, man. And then just nah. that's nuts to me. But anyway. Other than all that craziness, let's get to it. I'm looking at the poll right here, Pauls. Let me see. I see you up in here, Big Bad Mo. Big Bad Mo, I see you up in here. Thank you, Stanley. What's happening with your guys? Let's see. I'm gonna hit this already and see where we at. All right. So I'm looking at, and I asked this question here on Facebook. I'm sorry, I said Facebook. I'm tripping. On YouTube. Sorry about that. Like I said, my mind is still processing what happened. Who is at fault for games getting canceled? And it's really pretty much and I got a list, and so people in the chat who aren't on YouTube, let me know what you think in the comment section. Who do you think is at fault? Is it Phil? Is it Phil Spencer? Is it Sarah Bond? Is it Matt Booty? Is it Satya Nadella? So you know what I'm saying? Like, and I mean, I could have probably put all the above, but we'll be talking about this, and hopefully we'll have some people coming through, talking about, giving their thoughts about this today, but I'm definitely going to get into that here. But this is one of the reasons why I don't do news immediately, because there's always usually something that comes right after that. And that's why I usually wait a day or two or so to find out more information, to see what's going on, blah, 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 on the third. But come to find out, so I'm going to talk about as I considered, Xbox Red Wedding. And if anybody's watched Game of Thrones, knows about the Red Wedding and how tragic that was. And I feel like this was a really bad day. Yesterday was a really bad day for Xbox. And like I said, I'll get into more details about it. But this news dropped earlier today, and you know what? It's just funny. Like you've seen a lot of popping in the mouth, and a lot of these people being upset. Being upset. They hate Xbox. They're done with Xbox. But then you also got a lot of people that's using this opportunity to shit on Xbox, while not being compassionate about the people who lost their jobs. Like you're a disgusting asshole. Just real talk. You are a pathetic human being. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, I get the whole point of like ripping Xbox. That's fine, right? Like, you want to rip Xbox staff and Xbox for this, that is fine. Nobody's telling you can't do that. But to have this joyful glee of not even putting into the equation about people losing their jobs and just kind of using it as using the console war aspect of it as a winning message for you to get views or clicks or likes. You're pretty goddamn pathetic. You're a piece of shit. Real talk. Like, you're not a good person. You're pathetic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not impressive to sit here and to gloat on people's suffering, right? Now, on talking about multimillionaires that has made moves that some people don't like, or whatever, the third, who makes these decisions. And we understand it's a business. Nobody's going to sit here and going to go crazy with that. But the thing for me that really sucks is that these people sit here and make money off of sitting here off of other people's pain. Like, at least if you're going to cook Xbox, at least sit here and come out and say, bro, like, I hate these for these people. This is no. You laugh emojis, all this, that, and the third. Blah. I mean, some of the the internet is just not a realistic place, bro. I mean, it is the place to put out your worst and stupidest impulses. That's just what this is. That's what the internet is. Internet is these fake gangsters, fake ass gamers, fake ass tech guys, fake comic book understanders, fake nerds. It just so many, hideaway racists. You know what I'm saying? Fake pro-black people. What fake? Just fake. What? Just absolutely just a mess. The internet is just an absolute mess. And this is the one thing to me that just it and I have to agree with Paris 100%. Why take glee off of people's suffering? Yesterday was not a good day. It wasn't a good day. And if somebody could go back and check my tweets, or check out my tweets and say, oh, well, you sit there and I went after Sony, saying Sony has made bad decisions. I always sit here and say, I hate that for the people who lost their jobs. Always. It's not fair. It's not cool. But it is the business. This happened all across the world. I get it, right? But for just the people to gloat and use the console war for that aspect, it really pisses me off. It really pisses me off. It really does. But anyway, we'll get back into it. Please keep who's watching on YouTube. just keep on letting us know who you think is at fault for these games getting canceled, and for now, and for a studio getting cut like that. It was bad. It was bad. So what's going on with you, Husky Akage? What's up? And let me read some of these comments right here. It said, Big Bamo said, I'm not upset at all. It sucks, and I hope they end up in another job somewhere, but it happens all the time. Absolutely right. It does. It does suck. It's not a good look. And some of the reasons why I think that it could be why some of these people got let go, I'll get into it here in a little bit, but I want to talk about first about Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox. So we'll just start off with the sweets before we get into the vegetables, because I got a lot to say about this whole situation that happened yesterday, which we already knew. If people was in the know, that we knew that these layoffs was going to happen. But one of these things out here where people are out that made this point, and I mean it's been for a lot of people has made these. I think it's Xbox era. Were maybe one of the first people that brought up the fact that Helldivers 2 was going to be coming to Xbox. I think they were one of the first ones to bring it up. That part I don't know who was the first one to bring it up, but I know that the people that did bring it up, they got laughed at, they got clowned, they got disrespected. And now they can sit back and they can just look at them just like I have when I've made predictions about things. And if always usually come later. But once it happens, you just sit back, you know what? And I don't have to get a lot of people saying, K-Mega was right about this, K-Mega was right. I just know. And they know. So kudos to the people that sit here and came out with that information about Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, because now it is a thing. It's definitely happening. It's happening the day after my birthday, actually. And so you'll get to fight for freedom. The Xbox fans will get to do it, and that's a really good move. But the one thing about that really makes this one of the talking points that I've been saying for a very long time, we're taking this back all the way back to 2016, is that I've always said this. And again, I got ridiculed. I got talked bad about. I got called everything. But, right, was that PlayStation is not going to leave money on the table. PlayStation is going to follow the same path of Xbox. They just take their time. They take their time because they're the market leader. But when they see that there's opportunity with the competition that they really want to stomp out, they're going to do that. They're going to do it. And that's what happened. PlayStation is now falling to that. So MLB The Show, and then so that the whole point, it's published by MLB. Again, it's made by Sony Studios. And again, MLB told Sony, look, either you put it everywhere or we're gonna cut you and cut our deal with you, and we're going to go elsewhere, maybe to EA or to Take-Two or whatever, or 2K Games or whatever, and not Take-Two, but 2K Games, and or somewhere else, maybe Xbox. I mean, that's the thing that is tripping me out. Like, these people constantly keep taking the L on what these theories are and why traditional this and that and the third is that. There's a lot of people that took a lot of L's today. They've been taking L's. But the fact of it is that, I mean, how many years have they been saying Xbox is dead? But yet PlayStation is going to go ahead and sit it. Well, and then the excuses that you hear, oh my goodness, wait a minute, but this was already in the deals. Why would PlayStation even want to do that? You know why? It's because they realized when they started putting money on other platforms, they're making this, they're over here like, yo, now we see what Xbox is doing. We want it too. It's business. It's like, nobody wants to leave money on the table, and Sony is included in that. It is the whole thing about PlayStation trying to keep it that got erased a long time ago when they started putting their games on PC. When the first PlayStation big game went on PC, it was over. Big Bad Mo. It's published by PlayStation, by Sony. It's published by them. The PlayStation community took it as a first party title, so I'm going to do what they do, Big Bad Mo. I'm going to do exactly what the PlayStation community cheered and veered and did all this and that and the third. So I'm going to sit there and help them out. And they can't back out of this now. So the hell with if it's a first party, second party, third party, if it's the whole point of the matter is this: a PlayStation game. It was labeled a PlayStation game. When it won an award, it was labeled as a PlayStation game, man. What are you talking about? I'm just going by what the media and what these gamers, what these content creators, these PlayStation content creators have said. I'm just going by that. I'm using what they have said, what they bragged on. That's what I'm doing. So it don't matter if it's a first IP, it was labeled as a Sony PlayStation game. Raheem, it don't matter if it's a live service. It don't matter. It don't matter. I can't help but keep telling you guys, you PlayStation guys out there and girls, the era of the exclusive is dead and dying. PlayStation's gonna hold on. The only company that's gonna be the last one standing is Nintendo, and eventually they're gonna sit here and make some moves. And I'm gonna make a theory about that. What's up? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm sorry. My
Oh
bad.
yeah. Okay. I'm just hearing you. I'm like, what's going on? So again, what's happening with you, Husky? Appreciate you coming on. It is a crazy situation to see. This was never even thought about from the PlayStation community last gen. To see this flip-flop is nuts. Go ahead, Husky. What you got to say about that?
Listen, first off, I'm super excited. Like this,
Of course. It's a great
I got
game.
a home group. It's an amazing game. I got a group of friends now on Xbox who only have Xbox. They got PCs, but they got Xboxes.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been talking about Helldivers 2 for the longest. And the fact that now I get to play with them, man, listen, I'm ecstatic. I'm happy about this. And just real quick, I gotta say something to Fahim.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to ask him. He must got a strong back because he stay moving that goalpost. Like he gotta have a strong back. Do you ever get tired, man, from moving that goalpost? Because he moved that goalpost just about every time I see him, man. But
brother.
But listen, I'm excited. I am excited for Helldivers. I might even double dip because I don't know if I know it's cross play.
I don't know if it's cross
progression.
I have thought about it. But then there's Black Myth Wukong coming out right before that, and so I'm like, so one of these is going to get double dipped. I don't know which one, Black Myth or because I
don't have Black Myth. I don't have it on. I didn't buy it on PlayStation. So that's the thing. I don't know which one to buy. And see, the thing it is, I got like $20 off like PlayStation money or whatever that I can use. So I'm trying to decide if I need to buy Black Myth on my PlayStation and then just buy Helldivers on my Helldivers on my Xbox. But I don't. But you know what? I don't know because I game share. So my homeboy might buy it. If he buy it, then I ain't got to worry about it. But
you good. Yeah, no, I game share with no one. I used to game share with my homeboy, but I game share. I guess I game share with my wife, but my wife don't game. I just. But when she wants to play a game, it's available for her to play it in the front room. But so that's the only person I really game share with. I used to game share, and that's another lovely factor too. That when people buy a game or whatever. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But you're right. It is a wonderful thing.
It is.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing, man. I'm totally excited about it. I just man, it's just so wild to me how these people just don't get it. They keep thinking that they still think it's 2014. They still think that it's 2016. PlayStation is proven to you guys that they are about making this money, and they see the vision of what Xbox is doing. They're just taking a slower path to it. Like, I mean, like I said, I have every PlayStation game I want except for one on PC. Only one I want is Gran Turismo. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. I want Gran Turismo on PC. Make it happen. Let's go. And then, you know what I'm saying? But then again, maybe they won't do it. Maybe they'll do it with another upcoming GT. I have no doubt. But still, that's it.
Listen, like I said, I'm slowly working on getting, adding more to my PC so I can run certain games. Like I can run some games, but I can't run everything. So, the consoles do come in handy for that. They're just plug and play. And that's, I tell everybody all the time, because I get a lot of people always, why, I just switched to a PC, and that's fine. But you got to think about it. Like I said it before, and I always say it, the simplicity of just plug and play on a console, a lot of people will pay for that convenience, and that's never going to. If there's a console out there, you're going to have somebody to buy it because of the plug and play factor, no matter what. That's why I say people are like, well, if they put out another Xbox, who go buy it? You got to think about it. If that Xbox can do PC and not PC, but do Steam and all that, and it's plug and play, it's going to be people that want it. So, sure. But I'm excited for this. Like I said, I wonder what's next, but right now I'm excited for this. And I know a lot of people bringing up, well, they getting Gears, which is the first party. Listen, I'm happy for them to getting Gears. And it's not like they getting Gears
over it. Yeah.
4, 5, 4 and 5, and they getting the first Gears. And granted, it's a remaster or reloaded version, whatever, but it's still the first Gears. The story is essentially the same. It's updated graphics. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still gonna play it, but like I said, I don't care nothing about that. I'm happy about Helldivers, man. I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, no, I'm damn sure excited. And again, Fahim is over here, as you say, moving that goalpost. He got a strong back. That boy is a mule. That boy's a mule. Them pecs must be enormous.
Listen, but this man, he got some quads around him.
Boy, them things is
he lifting.
Yeah. That boy squatting and lifting, boy. But anyway, he keeps bringing up the fact that it's a live service. It's a live service. It doesn't matter. Listen, we get it. That you want to sit here. I guess the whole point of it is that, like, when Uncharted comes over to Xbox, then you can say no. The point of the matter is that PlayStation knows if they want people to buy their console, because the console is everything to them. Xbox is just just showed all of us that the Xbox is just a piece of the puzzle for them. What their change, whether we like it or not, they just said, listen. The Xbox is only a part of our vision. And that's fine. As long as they continue to make Xboxes, that's all I care about.
As long as they continue to make them and it's supported, of course.
Right. As long as they keep making them, they support it. And then if you do this whole Steam thing like they're doing, and like I've really been working with that app on the Xbox on that game bar thing. And so I'm like, and it's like, bro, it's just more and more convenient for me that I don't even need the PlayStation to get the games that I want to play. I just don't. And that's just because of me. It's no different than what a PlayStation gamer says. They don't need an Xbox because they can just do this and that and the third. That is fine. That is fine. Xbox is like, okay, we see you. You ain't gonna get an Xbox, but you gonna buy Xbox games. We already see that. So again, I'm gonna take this back to 2016. Like 2016, yet again. PlayStation's going to start seeing how Xbox is going to be making money. It's going to be very intriguing to see how Gears do up against a PlayStation exclusive, a PlayStation console exclusive, like Lost Soul aside, when you got Gears just right there, and how Xbox is going to how Xbox gamers is going to take in Helldivers 2. I think Helldivers 2 is gonna do really well on the Xbox.
I think it's gonna do well, man. There's a lot of it's a lot of people that's been waiting on that. They've seen and heard the talk from PC people. Hell, you might even get people on from their own PCs or whatever, and they have friends on Xbox. They may just double dip. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm thinking about it. Like I'm thinking about just going ahead and getting Helldivers 2 on Xbox, or especially because just to have it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just to have it, because it would be sweet if it's a Play Anywhere title as well. Because I'm getting my achievements. I'm like, all right, cool, and then I can uninstall Helldivers off Steam. You know what I'm saying? So I regardless if it's a live service, if it's this, that, and the third, Sony's about wanting to try to make this money and try to make it work for them. They've invested money into this product, and this was something that you would never see from PlayStation, from Sony. Now you're starting to see it. Is it trickle down? Yeah, of course it is. But eventually, when we start seeing these Xbox games really, really cook, and Forza Horizon is done crazy over there on PlayStation. Forza Horizon 5 has done crazy numbers, and also Sea of Thieves is doing really damn well over there. So again, PlayStation is going to look, and then if Xbox is starting to get more headway with their games on PlayStation is going to say, look, we got to figure something out on this. Because if you start, like for instance, let's just say this, because I don't know if I showed the other day what the supposedly numbers of Death Stranding 2 is. Death Stranding was under 700,000, and that's still a good number. I guess. I don't know these days, because there's so, like you said, there's so many people move the goalposts on what's good sales, what's not. But regardless, under 700, if let's just say the Gears came out at the same time as Death Stranding 2, who you think that the PlayStation community? What do you think the PlayStation community is going to run to the most? They're going to run to get their Gears, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. And go ahead. What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, and no shade to Death Stranding 2, man. I've been seeing gameplay of it. I haven't played it, but I've been seeing gameplay of it, and it looks phenomenal. It looks better than the first one, but that's the only system it's on right now, PS2. I mean, PS5. And if that game has only sold 700,000, and it'll be a week. It'll be matter of fact, is it a week?
It's past a week. Yeah, it's been past a week.
No, I can't. Well, the actual full release on the 26th, so it was a week today.
Okay.
So it was a week. It's a week today. So depending on what the sales record is, like if it's only sold 700,000, if it ain't sold, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not, once again, no shade to the game or whatever, or Kojima is still Kojima, all that stuff. However, if that game ain't sold at least 1 million copies by now, listen, something wrong.
Something wrong.
That's just being honest, because no matter what goalpost moving for him says, if that game hasn't sold at least 1 million copies by now, something is wrong, man. And that's gonna have them taking a look, because it's like, you got game. This is a first party, not a first party. It's published by PlayStation. However, this being a console exclusive on the game, and like this is on your platform, it's not being bought. Y'all got 70 million units out there, and this game isn't being bought. That looks bad, man.
That looks real bad.
That looks bad.
That looks real bad. So
that looks bad. As my teacher just said, that's atrocious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it don't look. Yeah, the optics it just don't look good. Like, I mean, you don't have 1 million. And listen, you really get the true numbers of how successful a game is within the first 30 days. I mean, the first month, and then they definitely die off by 90 days. I think the way that the games are coming out now, I give it a month. It used to be 90 days. I give it a month. Yeah. So
because there's so much stuff coming out back to back.
Yeah. And look at what Death Stranding 2 got to go up against. if they ain't already hit their million. Like they're up against Mafia, the old world. They're up against college football. They're up against Madden. They're up against now I don't know how hell is us going to do. I don't know. But they're up against Snake Eater that comes out next month. They're up against I mean hell like
essentially another Kojima game.
Yeah, another Kojima game, and probably more beloved. But then also they're going to be in September. You got NBA 2K, then you got Borderlands 4. I mean, bro, there is just I mean, hell, when did what you call it come out next month too?
What?
Is it Stay Human? What is that game where the Dying Light. That's what. Yeah, Dying Light. Dying Light comes out, I think. The Beast. Yeah, that comes out in August, I think. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Ham? What up? What up, Ham?
What's cracking?
What's cracking? Glad that you can make it. I haven't talked about the Red Wedding, Xbox Red Wedding yet. I'm over here just talking about Helldivers 2 right now, but I'm just go ahead.
I would say Dying Light 2 comes out on August 21st.
Right.
So it's around that same time. Like you just said, games back to back. Black Myth's dropping on Xbox. Dying Light comes out, and then you got Gears and Helldivers, jumping ship to each platform like a few days after, like games back to back. And that's just those. That's not including what Metal Gear Solid, the first part of the month or the middle, whenever that's coming out. Like it's in August as well. Like that's like 4 games right there in the month of August alone.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. If Death Stranding does not hit that million by I say by the time that Mafia Old Country hits, and I think that's like on the 7th or something like that. That's like in the beginning of the month. I don't know what to tell you, because there's going to be their gamers are going to be like, man, I want my 2K, I want my Madden, I want this Snake Eater, I might want I want Borderlands to come out in September. I might be intrigued with this game, this Hell Is Us game. I mean, Gears Reloaded is going to be dropping in August, brother. It ain't like, and then it goes back to the narrative of what the hell do PlayStation gamers buy? You know what I mean? Like they always are bragging about these first party titles, and if they finally get one, and Death Stranding is right there, Death Stranding 2 is right there, and if it does not crack 1 million within a month, I mean, it's telling. It's telling. I don't know, Ham. What do you think about the situation with Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, and also what we're bringing into about like Death Stranding, because like that was seeing some numbers that it's stole less than in 3 days. I mean, it's still good, but in 3 days, well, it's been a week now, but it was under 700,000 copies. What is your thoughts about that?
First of all, the problem with gaming right now is people like Big Mad Mo out here spreading lies, being foul. Just being a big, mad, nasty man.
Damn, what did I'm just kidding. I'm like, damn, what is
just kidding.
Oh my God.
Big Mad Mo. No, Big Mad Mo is always in my chat and whatnot, so I'm just giving him a hard time. Good to see you, Big Mad Mo, Rangy 4, Rachy, all y'all, Fahim, even though you a pony. It's good to see you. Gotta toss you a little bit of hay.
Damn.
Get your lips smacking. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, it's been a minute since I've been here talking.
Me and him solo ain't done nothing in a minute. And this man just coming in here being disrespectful. Oh, well, we did the Xbox. I mean, we did the GRG Xbox showcase, but damn.
Yeah, but I didn't really get a chance to really just be me. That was just a bunch of stuff being shown.
Well, okay, that's fine. Welcome back.
Anyways, yeah, we're talking about Helldivers now, right?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, I mean, it's really simple. A lot of these sales of like gaming consoles, video games, and whatnot are really the same people just buying the same. Buying each and every generation over and over and over, and they're having a hard time attracting new people. Like sure, they might be getting some here and there, Nintendo Switch, a little bit of Xbox not doing the best hardware sales wise, but PlayStation also. But it's just like we're not seeing like numbers that are crazy changing like we're seeing in NFL players' contracts year over year, where it's like goodness gracious, a new record, goodness gracious, a new record, goodness gracious. It's not like that. So it's just like them hoping to get close to a previous record than before. So so with them kind of figuring that out and whatnot, these games and IPs need to be played by people.
Right.
They have to be played by people to continue to be worth working into, worth continuing to service and update and stuff like that. So especially with a game that is multiplayer and online constantly, live service and stuff like that, like we've talked about it before, K Meg, on your channel, like Killer Instinct. If that went to PlayStation, it just mean that the game would it would just mean that the game would last long. Like it's I mean, as many people, as much as people say, we don't want, we want exclusives, we don't like crossing the border. It's not true. I mean, you can say that all you want, but then, when that exclusive game dies because it didn't get enough people playing, then what you gonna do? I mean, Street Fighter V was a great example of that. It was a fantastic example of what happens when you go exclusive in a environment where it needs as many people as possible, no matter the platform. And Helldivers is kind of one of those, and it really kind of touches upon what Xbox players love to play, which is gun games. So I mean, it's an easy W for them to know that they're going to make money. And I'm really tired of people pretending like 30 million plus players is just like a drop in,
I saw you post that.
Like, it's not that much money or something like that. Like, I seen Colin Moriarty said it like back in like May or March or something like that. Like, why would you want to give them any give them any space and allow them to purchase your games and stuff like that? And it's like, dude, if they're not purchasing it hard on their own console, which they could or could not be, but they see the move over to PC and how many people wanted to play that. And this is this isn't no turn-based, I don't know if Xbox fans will like this type of game. This is everybody wants to jump in and just play with their friends and have a good time kind of game. And I mean, to me, it's just leaving money on the table and not doing it. We've all thought that this may happen, but we never were sure. And here it is.
Yeah. And just to your point, Ham, you mentioned about how, like, even if they're even buying games on their own console, Steam sales carried Helldivers 2 for a lot of that.
Yep, I was going to make that point.
Was on Steam.
Yep. Yep, you're absolutely right. I do got to ask the question for the people who's watching the stream. What you guys think about the Mecha Break gameplay and about my character that I made? Did I make her a little bit too thick from the back end? I don't know. I'm gonna go back to that. Did I give her too much?
Man, with them jiggle physics.
I just was like, I mean, I just wanted to make her look
another Stella Yam situation.
Yeah, that is true. Like I made me a sister Stella Yam, so I did.
Man, look at you on your Halliburton right now. I see you.
Facts. Anyway, but again, I need to get back to Helldivers 2. What?
You in Snow Bunny heaven right now, bro.
No. Okay, yeah, that's the ultimate. No. That
Snow Bunnies.
Listen, well, I got my Snow Bunny in the next room. I don't need any more. Let's move on to a sister. That that's what I'm saying. I'm married to a Snow Bunny, so it is what it is. But I don't care about that. That's so. No, I was just showing
flooded in Snow Bunnies.
What'd you say?
So just flooded in Snow Bunny.
Yeah, stop it. No, listen, I'm talking about my character. I know the stream is going a little bit later than how it is, but anyway. But Big Man Mo said they got to be real thick. I didn't want to make it abnormally thick. I kind of looked like maybe I need to tone down the buns a little bit, but other than that, I think everything else is right. But yeah,
in the words of Rick James, there's no such place.
That is true. Because I love the cake.
Big Nasty Mo's constantly playing First Descendant, so we know where his head's at.
Oh yeah, he must love them snow bunnies because that's all that's it. That's all that's in there. That's all the milk. If you a brother that loves milk, that the First Descendant is where it's at. That's why I played the hell out of it. Anyway, but I like them all. So
I'm blaming that Rain G4.
What did Ray say? He says, Halliburton lady, not thick at all. Oh my God. Is she not thick? I thought.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Heaven's heaven.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So here you go. It's coming. It'll be popping off right here. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? I think I did all right. You know, maybe I need to take a little pan down, but if not, I think I don't know. But that's me. I think I like what I created. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I bet you do, big fella.
Anyway, let me stop. Okay. Let me get serious again. All right. So again, this is I'm excited for it. I haven't played. The last time I played Helldivers 2 was when I played it with Ham and them. So I need to get back. Because I really did like it. I liked it a lot. So Big Bad Mo said I got every
I just want to get my progress off of that filthy. Yeah.
I know that is true. Like that, I want some achievements. I want achievements. Yeah, that's it. I'll uninstall. So I think I've already made my decision. I'll uninstall the Steam version, which means I don't even have to deal with PlayStation. And then I'll just go ahead and use it. Well, no, you probably still have to sign in a PlayStation in order for Play Online. So either way, I'm stuck. So there will be some.
Oh, man, they're going to make PlayStation sign into Microsoft.
They're going to do it. Because, I mean, people got to sign into Microsoft on PlayStation for Xbox games. So it's only fair.
If I can get my, like, if it's cross progression, like whatever I've done on Helldivers 2 on PlayStation, if me signing in gets me that stuff, so I'm still there with this, with all my stuff I currently have, I'm okay with it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm just over here talking shit. I don't really care, honestly. I mean, but it is what it was. But anyway, all right. Well, let's get to it. Let's talk about the red wedding, Xbox Red Wedding. I'm going to let you guys go first on your thoughts. I will just say this. It was a bad day for Xbox yesterday. That will go down as one of the biggest L's Xbox has ever had, in my opinion. It may not be at the top, but it is close. There was a bad day for Xbox yesterday. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with you, Ham. Okay, and by the way, it should be coming up right here. Let me know what you think about my created character. If I put too much cake on it, which, you know, I mean, for me, I think more cushion for the pushing, but whatever. But Ham, what do you think? What do you think? What happened with Xbox?
Man, quit it, K-Mega. You know you like the more you like the more bone for the moan.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no. It don't even matter no matter what color you are, you better not have no back on your back. Hell no. I got it. No, man. Stop it. Man,
that almost start a fire when he go at it.
Nah.
Rubbing sticks.
Nah, hell no. That boy, are you kidding me? No, I gotta see jiggling. I gotta see wrinkles and jiggle. Yeah, what are you talking about? I gotta see dimples and jiggle and wrinkle. Boy, I gotta see it. I got to see it, hear it. Okay, let me stop. What are we doing here? Stop it. Okay, now what do you think?
This is a gaming show, sir. It's about gaming.
Wait, what are we talking about?
We're talking about Xbox bad day yesterday. What are your thoughts?
Oh yeah, man. Jeez Louise. I see some people saying, like, you know, like the game, like then the game never launched, and it is what it is. You shouldn't be too mad about it. It just corpo is gonna corpo, and I'm just like, I don't know why people say that. Like I've been a fan of many things in my life, and I don't know how many times I have to bring up this, but like I'm always mad at sports teams that I love. I'm always mad at sports teams. Like, why'd you make that trade, or why'd you hire this person for way more millions that isn't proven, or who is this person that's a no name, or this dude didn't play good quarterback in the last place. What makes you think he's going to play, be a good corner or quarterback here or something like that? Like it's okay to be mad
Yeah.
at something not giving you what you want, or you not seeing what you'd like to see out of said thing that you continue to support. So like I think it's nuts when people say, "Oh, it like you didn't spend any money or you didn't do anything. Like what are you worried about, or you're not in control of the company. What do you care?" So I'm like I understand, like, to the point, like, hey, I'm an adult and this isn't really my job, like, to worry about other people's jobs and stuff like that. Understandable. But at the same time, I can still be like, yo, like, you guys did set me up to be excited for this.
Yes.
And we already had like us that are close to gaming, not, very casual, hands-off fans. Us that are actually close to it, seeing that there was problems within the initiative, seeing that there was problems within Everwild and some of these other studios and stuff like that, and they kept giving us hope. We seen that there was issues. There was reports that there was issues, and they continued to mitigate and say it's fine. I think it was back in like February. The people out at Rare said Everwild is just fine, and then like last year Perfect Dark came out, and we're like, oh man, I thought the initiative was having some trouble, but I guess whatever they're doing with I guess whatever they're doing with Crystal Dynamics is helping. Like they advertised it as we're doing fine. So just to come out like right when we know that they've been warning us about these layoffs and stuff like that, to come out and have those two things in particular that you told us are fine to come right off the board, it makes it really hard to like have faith in other projects that are currently being built. It shouldn't take somebody like Jez Corden, somebody that's not even working for Microsoft directly. Like he's just a reporter for them. He shouldn't be the one to say, "Oh, the Fable team is fine, you guys," or the what is it called? The what's that zombie game?
State of Decay 3.
Oh, State of
State
Decay
of
3?
Decay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. State of Decay 3 hasn't been affected by like to me. It's just kind of lame. Like, why is he like props to him, because obviously to have that kind of position and be able to do that stuff is amazing from a journalist standpoint. But as a fan, like I don't know. To me, it feels like I'm hearing Shams tell me something that just hit me over the head, right? Like it kind of felt like being a Mavericks fan and hearing Shams talk about Luca and be like, "What the
Right.
no?" Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's like the best example that I could give. Is it felt kind of like the Luca situation with the Mavericks. It's like I have to hear it from a third party source that you guys are just dismantling one of the biggest announcements from last year. So it stunk. But all in all, like I got my rant off a few days ago. I was pissed at Xbox or yesterday or whenever it was. I was pissed. I let it be known. But unlike most people, I let my rant be my rant. few hours later, I cooled off and I said, I'm happy I got that off my chest. And then today they got Helldivers. Life goes on.
Life goes on. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, Husky, your thoughts.
So I'm just as of yesterday, seeing the whole thing. The whole thing was just terrible. The layoffs, the people that was affected by it. My heart and everything goes out to them people. Now, as we look at it, like Ham did mention, as far as the initiative, the whole studio and everything they've been doing, Perfect Dark. It's, once again, if you've been close to just gaming, like I may not be an insider, but just being someone who's in this community and like kind of nose deep in the community, you can, something's wrong here. Something's wrong. They brought in Crystal Dynamics a couple of years ago to help, and this game has been in development for forever. So I wasn't really shocked or surprised or any of that from them canceling that and closing the initiative. I honestly think that Xbox they were trying to do too much, as they say. They were trying to, it's coming off the Xbox One generation. We got this new console. We're trying to get in, new studio. We're trying to create new games, first party games for our people, our Xbox players. We're trying to do that. And I think they stretched themselves a little too thin, trying to create something, trying to bring back a title or an IP, that was beloved or whatever from years ago. And they were just trying so hard, and I guess whatever they were doing wasn't working. Same thing with Everwild. Everwild, when we saw it, it looked nice, but no one knew exactly what this was. Like, we didn't know what kind of game it was going to be. It was just, it looked nice. It's done by Rare. We know Rare does really good things. So, but it was like, what is Everwild? And when we stopped seeing it, like just stopped seeing it altogether, it wasn't showing up at anything. Like, I don't know how much longer that's going to be in development. And I hate that because Rare is such a great studio. And also reports came out that Greg Males, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, one of the lead directors at Rare, who's been there for 35 years.
Oh yeah.
They said he was leaving. He left, and another executive producer who's been there for like 20 years, over 20 years, she was leaving. So it's been, I hate that for them as far as, what went on with them, but like just Rare's, Rare's still a studio. They still got Sea of Thieves. I'm not sure if they was working on anything else, but I mean, I wasn't too upset about Everwild. Wasn't too upset, I know ZeniMax was working on the game. Wasn't too upset about that, but as far as the layoffs, a lot of, some of that was Microsoft. We also saw some other studios, Raven. They mentioned Raven, Call of Duty studio, but a lot of these studios were, I'm gonna say they were not gonna say they were oversaturated. They were dumping money into these things, and there wasn't a lot of return coming from it. Now I know that doesn't seem nice, but it's a business at the end of the day, and things like this happens. But once again, I said my piece about it yesterday as well, like Ham did, and I kind of just moved on. But overall, man, bad situation. I still would like Xbox to be more transparent about some of the things they're doing. That's just that's just something I want, because it still will, like, we don't know what's really going on in State of Decay 3, and I'm not sure about everybody else I know, but State of Decay 3 is one of, like, a game I was super excited for. I'm still super excited for, but I'm a little, after, I will be honest with you, after everything that happened yesterday, I'm a little worried about it. I'm a little worried about that. I mentioned it before about Double Fine. We haven't heard anything from Double Fine since Psychonauts 2. Are they working on anything?
Yeah, they are working on another game. Matter of fact, I think they got a smaller game that's supposed to be coming out here pretty soon. So yeah,
that's good. So there you go. See, well, we can lead them. But State of Decay 3, the issues it's had. Contraband, we haven't seen anything from Contraband. So it still, it leaves a little worry. I saw some people in I made a TikTok video. Some people were bringing up Gears of War EDA. I'm like, the coalition has been pretty consistent. Gears is coming. I'm not worried about Gears at all. That's something I know that's gonna be here. That's not something I'm really worried about. But I was a little not astonished, but a little put off by the removing of 50% of the studio developers at Turn 10. Especially for them making Forza Motorsport, one of the best racing games, racing simulation games out there. But I mean, maybe I don't know if it wasn't selling. So basically, they got reduced to a support studio. All in all, yesterday was a hard and terrible day for Xbox, but it's like stuff is still there. There's still growth. There's reports coming out that everything we saw at the showcase this year is going through from what they were saying. So I mean, it's still some light at the end of the tunnel. Then today we wake up, Helldivers 2's coming. So it's stuff is changing. Maybe we have to get rid of the old to bring in some new stuff. But like I said, I think they stretched themselves a little too thin and trying to do a little too much. And it's now it's kind of, hey, we try to do too much right after the Xbox One generation, and we kind of stretch ourselves too thin. Trying to do too much. Now we're trying to bring it back in a little bit. We didn't spend, we bought Bethesda, bought Activision, spent a little too much money, and we got all this stuff out here. Nothing's happening. Let's start bringing stuff. Let's start tightening our pockets a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's one thing that I'm seeing Big Bad Mo is talking about, and he's absolutely right. Like, there's all the doom and gloom about every Xbox game. I've seen him talk about now Halo is in some kind of peril, and that's just that's just those people just making stuff up to just add more to the suspense of whatever happened yesterday. No, it was a bad day. It was an awful day. I mean, listen, I wasn't as sad about Perfect Dark like other people, but I know that feeling. I know that moment for me when I question how long am I going to be an Xbox Xbox supporter when Scalebound got canceled. That bothered me. That, and then on top of that, they gave up as much, and I really enjoyed the multiplayer Crackdown 3. And they were supposed to, and I sit there and talk to Statham personally on Twitter. And he's like, we're working on it, we're doing it, we're going to continue this and that and the third. And then he just abandoned it. Like, I was just like, what? Like, and that pissed me off. And that all kind of happened all at the same time. And so it questioned me, like, yo, that made me say, whoa, hold up. But then once, again, that's why it's always to have your emotion, but then back up and just be patient and then find out what's going on, because there's always two sides of the story. And then when you come to find out about what happened with Scalebound, it was more Platinum Games' fault than it was Xbox's. You know what I'm saying? So that was the situation there. With this though, it's a little bit of everything. Like you guys are saying, like, Xbox may have seemed to bite off more than they could chew, and then that will come down to, and that's why I put the poll up there of who's at fault. And if the person that's in charge of the gaming department and seeing these games get done and get finished in a timely manner, then, and they don't, and then you got cancellations, and then you have this, that, and the third. I mean, you got no choice but to look at Matt Booty. Like, I just saying, like, I mean, I was excited when they hired him, from when they hired him, they added him on, because that was one of the things that Phil brought up and said that was his specialty, was making sure that these games came out here in a timely manner, they were done, and the track record isn't tracking. Yeah, I mean, listen, you do not make a game like Redfall and have that to be released. Like,
with all the promises they had, that was crazy. But K-Meg, I know I just kind of got here a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's all right.
Just because my wife, I promised my wife I was going to.
Oh, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. She heard you talk. She heard you talking about flat butt, and she was like, "Man, you better get your ass off that." She was talking about flat ass. You know, but, she was like, "Man, you better get off there."
But anyway. Are you doing this regularly on Thursdays?
Yeah, I do it on Tuesday and Thursdays. Yes, every Tuesday and Thursday.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna start having to join you more often so I can get more time to kick it.
Okay.
Whatnot. But if you're on later on tonight, I'm gonna holler at you.
Oh yeah, I will. I'll be on. I'm actually looking to see what I want to play now since I beat Shadows. I kind of get lost when I beat those big games, and so I kind of just like, what do I want to play next? And so I'm kind of just bouncing around. So that's what. So it was actually cool to see to have Mecha Break that was available. But yeah, no doubt. We might can whatever. I mean, I know you love Dune, and I don't have Dune yet, but
yeah, that's why I was late to the show.
Oh, see, I know. So, you know what I'm saying? I will get it eventually, but I mean, right now I'm looking, I got to get that college. I'm finna pick it up probably tomorrow. So I'm picking up that college. So I got to have that. So, but all right. Thank you for coming.
College out already?
It comes out Monday.
It comes out Monday.
The early edition comes out Monday. Yeah.
We're going to get it, Ham, so we can start up a GRG, online dynasty league or something.
Yeah. Get that. Pick it up, yeah, because that's what Husky's over here talking about. And I'm like, I'm cool. I'm with that. I'm with it. So,
all right, cool. Well, I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man. Where can they find you at, Ham?
TSWS Gaming, y'all know what it is. I'll be back here soon, but on Friday, you'll be seeing me, K Mega, J Rock, Loke, and the crew from TSWS.
Yeah,
we'll be there on Friday.
Yeah, I'll be on y'all's show Friday. So yeah. All right. Good to have you back, brother.
All right, brother. Talk to you later.
All right, peace. Yeah, it's just what a good day. Losing all those people, and listen, this is the one thing about it. Like Microsoft, it does show you how big Microsoft is, right? Microsoft lost 9,000 people, and that's only 4% of their employees.
4%. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. And I mean, but altogether, I think within the last 2 or 3 years, they've lost around what? 13,000 people? Huh?
It's probably isn't it closer to like 15?
It might be. It might be close to 15,000. Yeah, so it could be. But my thing is this. It's still not good. And the one bad thing about this that makes this diabolical is that there's rumors that, because I've been reading what a lot of developers that got canned, which they could be disgruntled, we don't know. But it makes sense because I've been hearing this all throughout the tech industry, that they're letting go a lot of these people for AI. AI is going to take away a lot of people's jobs. So, and that's the scary thing about this going into the future. The situation with this bill that the government just passed today. And that, I mean, we're going to go through some rough times. I'm just letting y'all know this. I mean, I know that some people don't care about politics, but shit's going to get bad. And I'm looking at, but these people are, and they're over here making these moves, not only because of maybe the AI thing, but also because of what's coming, what they think is coming. So I don't know. And then canceling these games, like that's a huge L. Like, I mean, to cancel, I mean, Everwild, we haven't seen Everwild, so a lot of people's speculation that we would never see Everwild. But Perfect Dark, when they didn't show Perfect Dark, I asked, why they didn't show Perfect Dark? Like, are they going to shadow drop it? Or like, kind of, well, now we know that it's coming, or will they like kind of just drop it up on us here soon, like on a February or something like that when they do their direct? Because I thought that was pretty odd that when they had their show that they didn't show Perfect Dark, and now we know the reason why. And also, I agree with Rain G4 that, or I think it was Rain or Richili, I can't remember, but somebody was saying that, look, the initiative should have never happened. Because we never got anything from the initiative. Nothing. So again, go ahead. What you gonna say?
No, I was just agreeing with you, and that's what I was saying in mind. What I was talking about, I think they just did that to kind of say, hey, we got, we're trying, because they were trying to get games out there for us for those. That's before they bought Activision and all that. So it was like, hey, we need studios to create these games so that we can keep these players or these people, these consumers on Xbox. We need something here for them, and we're gonna create a studio. We got Perfect Dark sitting there. Let's just do this to get to say they had something in development or had something being worked on, and it just whoever was over at initiative, it wasn't working. It wasn't panning out, and they tried to bring in Crystal Dynamics to fix it or help it, and it still just wasn't getting done.
Yeah, no, they weren't. That's kind of weird, Parrish. I don't know why. I've been having that problem. I'm probably going to have to uninstall and reconnect with Twitch because I know that like there was people that were saying that they had that problem where they couldn't see it. I know that there was this little question mark that you click on that and it would take you straight to you could see the show or the stream. But I'm trying to go through it now, but I have to sign in and all that stuff, and I'm not doing all that right now. But I don't know that. I apologize for that, guys. For people who's on Twitch, you can't see it, but you can come and check me out on YouTube. I'm on TikTok as well, or even if you want to check me out on Twitter, you can catch me on Twitter at KMega4 as well. So I just can't see your comments on Twitter. I see them everywhere else though. But yeah, no, it's just just not a good look. But I will say this, and I said this before when we had GRG. What's worse, having a bad game, and actually that was a quote from the former Nintendo president. What's worse, having a game canceled, or having a game come out and it's awful? Because if that game comes out and it's bad, you got to live with that L forever. People will forget about this going forward. I mean, there will people that will talk about it, but people will for instance, guys in the chat, and also you, Husky, what's worse, Concord or hearing this news about Perfect Dark getting canceled?
Say Concord for me.
Yeah,
that's gonna come up just about every time. So a PlayStation person bring up a conversation about something ain't right. I said, y'all shut down. And that's the thing about it. Concord came out and they erased it. And then on top of that, they closed the studio right after.
Bro, people paid money for that game. So just think about this for a second. Let's just say that it was true that the game that Perfect Dark was in development hell, right? Which obviously it had to be because of so much time that was spent on it. And that game comes out and it comes out like Mind's Eye. That's way worse. Like Phil said it. Phil almost cursed in his interview about what happened with Redfall, and he said it wouldn't happen again. And I'm not trying to sit here and trying to say, oh man, well, Phil, don't give Phil his flowers for this, that. No, I'm not saying that. But you do have to look at a situation. If it's not, if something is not working, if something is not in a good place, do not sit there and piss off the gamers even more by having them spend their money and then that shit just not work. That shit is just bad. And that's even a much worse scar on Xbox. And then here we go again. Xbox don't know how to bring quality. You haven't heard that in a long time. I haven't heard that in a while. Xbox ain't bringing no quality. I damn sure ain't heard about Game Pass is not Game Pass fodder. I haven't heard that in a minute. They started that I think in the beginning of this year, but I ain't heard shit like that yet. So again, Xbox is still bringing the quality, but again, like you said, they did do too much, and I think also all these different directions that Xbox is doing, all this different pivoting. 1 minute we're talking about exclusives, next minute you play everywhere and everybody gets to play and all this and that. Like, yeah. The messaging has been, and Xbox has always had horrible messaging, always, right. Because they never, you got to, at some point you got to stand on business. So if this is where it is, stay here. Let's not get cute again and talk about, well, we believe in exclusives again, because you're only going to look like fools. So it's too late now. You've already let the genie out the bottle. You already got games out there. Well, fuck it. We all now adjust. Just make a badass console that we can sit there and be excited out for next year. Or because I'm thinking that the new Xbox is coming out November 2026.
It's either, I think it's either late 2026 or early 2027, but
yeah, I don't know. I can't remember when there was an early yeared console. I think they always try to make their consoles come around the holidays when people,
so they can get those sales from Christmas.
Get those sales for Christmas. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm not. But I do like all this hate and all this stupid talk that I see. Oh, Xbox, I'm through with you. You supposed to been through. Hell, 2 years ago. Hell, some of y'all supposed to been done with Xbox back. Hell, last gen. I mean, we can't sit here and this is one thing that I made a point on. And like I said, I normally don't do that. I normally don't get in other people's feeds and make comments, but I had to do it on J-Dubs because he said something about like how y'all doing or whatever. And I'm like, I'm cool. As long as I can turn on my Xbox, and hell, there's a new game that just dropped on Game Pass. As you see the gameplay here of Mecha Break, and there's going to be that Wu Chang or whatever that's going to be dropping out here on the 20th.
Fallen Feathers.
Yeah, Fallen Feathers. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. I can't wait to play that here coming up here on the 27th. What?
Just want to jump in real quick, K man. I gotta like Ham, I gotta leave. Yeah, me and the kids gonna get haircuts, man.
All right. Yeah. You gonna cut the braids off?
I'll be back. But I don't know. Like I said, you probably ain't. By the time my barber,
I'll probably be gone. No, I said, are you gonna cut your braids off?
My locks? Nah. I've been actually. Now I will say I have been thinking about it, man. My wife don't want me. Yeah, listen. I love my locks and they're amazing and all that, but. You know, I'm just getting to that point where I'm
too much work.
Tired of
too much work.
That. So my wife don't want me to, because my whole house, my wife has locks, my 3 boys got locks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody got locks in the house. That's nice, but Daddy is tired. So I'm thinking about it. But I told him I'm not cutting them this time. I told him just go give me get my normal fade and stuff like I normally do. But just to, appreciate you letting me come on, man.
Always.
I'm looking forward to next Friday.
Stop it. I better have some gameplay Friday since you suckers.
Oh, listen.
Finally talked me into doing GRG again. All right.
This weekend, I am definitely go record a few things. And I'll try to edit them down and get them sent to you and everything.
Okay.
But yeah. I'll go ahead. Y'all can find me on everything at the Husky Hokage. Go check me out at TikTok. I got a little motion over there. Your boy doing all right. So my followers growing day by day. So yeah, if y'all ain't following me on TikTok, please do so. And make sure y'all repost and do all the other stuff, man. But I'll check y'all later.
All right. The link is in the description, people. Go check them out. Go support. I just think personally that we as gamers just have to understand that the climate is changing. You've heard me say this a lot of times. Gaming is changing. Like, again, we would have never thought a PlayStation game to be coming over to Xbox. We have multiple PlayStation published games on Xbox. We got PlayStation games on PC. And if you are only a fan of a few PlayStation games and you're a PC owner, you don't have to buy a PlayStation. It's the same thing going for Xbox as well. But I think that this is the thing where these companies know that gamers are not buying games at the same level. And there's more and more games that's dropping more so than I can remember in a very long time. Like, I mean, this is nuts. The last couple of years has been nuts for gaming with all these games that's out. Like, I mean, it's impossible to sit here and for most of us to buy all these games that we're excited about. It's just impossible. So we got to pick and choose. So that's why I say Game Pass is a good thing. I say that gaming services is a good thing and stuff like that. But with all that being said, this stuff is a business, and Xbox they have to, at some point, figure out their messaging and be better at it. And listen, these cuts, we knew they were coming. we didn't know that it was going to be this bad. And of course, there's people that add more fuel to the fire by bringing up more games and things like that and saying that these games ain't coming in and things like that. I wanted to also tell Husky, but he's gone. But I wanted to also make the point of saying that State of Decay is fine. That was already, Jez and them already made that point. There is no problem with that. There's no problem with Gears. And even though they let go some people in the Halo department, I don't know what's going to be happening with Halo, except for that they're going to be making the remake, and then they're supposed to be making another Halo that's a continuation to Halo Infinite. So we will see. It'll be Halo 7. So I don't know. That's what's out there in the ether. We'll see what they do. I don't know. For any other studio that I have a concern with is, and like I said, Turn 10 was not going to get shut down. I just thought, if anything, Turn 10 would be merged with Playground Games, and then you have that. But I also will say this: I went and I played because I recorded some gameplay, but I was driving like mud because I haven't played Forza Motorsport in about like 8 months, and so I went and played it because I was recording some gameplay for today, and then I was just like. And I seen some different type of microtransactions. And I'm like, whoa, what is this? And I bought as I call it, the Shut Up Edition, as me and Don would allude to and say, the Shut Up Edition, which is, the Ultimate Edition. And I'm sitting here seeing like, and I seen that they had another car pack. So I bought another car pack that just recently came out. And then I'm over here playing the game, and then there was this enhancement, and I don't know if this is if you can get it through in-game currency. I just looked at it and it pissed me off because I'm like, hold on, if this is the stuff that people are talking about within Forza Motorsport, then I could see why the game is not doing what it's supposed to, because the monetization thing has gotten so out of hand with gaming. Like, I mean, okay, when you look at this game here, Mecha Break, this is a free-to-play game. And people usually know how free-to-play games are. But not all games are created equal. You can't do what Call of Duty does. You can't do what certain other games can do. You can't get away with that same stuff. And Forza trying to change something and add microtransactions and things like that, because they didn't have no microtransactions. And again, if I'm wrong, please let me know in the chat, because they used to not have it. But I was going to buy a different variance for my car. It was like an upgrade. Somebody made an upgrade, and I was like, oh, I'm finna get it. I'm finna get that upgrade for this car. And it was points that you had to come through, and then like it took you to a whole like different area to spend on. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, what? And then I got mad and I cut it off. So that's not a good look. And 50% of that studio getting cut. And I forgot how many people work at Turn 10, but that's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. And I think that, like I said, it can merge with Playground, or the one thing that I'm thinking is that they can lay off and just keep on working on Forza Motor, because it's a damn good game. It is a damn good quality racer. It is beautiful. It is the best looking racer out there, hands down. It is. You can adjust the settings to be so difficult. You can get the settings up almost to like the first two Project Cars games, which are some of the hardest driving games to use with a controller. Like those games, you have to use a steering wheel for. They're that difficult to learn how to drive with. So you can get the settings to be however bad, and I got the settings turned up pretty crazy. So that's why I sucked when I first came back and started driving it, and I was like, hold up, oh my God, I'm all over the road. Okay, I got to be better. I gotta sit back and so I'm going to come back and I'll have some gameplay for it when I show another one of these or whatever. But I just think that those type of things hurt games like that, and then also the how Forza Motorsport first came out. Like people were expecting more tracks. The car situation was perfect. But people were expecting different tracks. I mean, you're already into what? The going on to your third season or into the third season or whatever, and you don't have dirt tracks. You don't have motorcycles or anything like that. That's the stuff that we were excited about that was going forward to this when you said that this was going to be a racer that was going to be a continuation. We're just now getting older tracks, which is fine. That's great, but it's not the tracks like Sir X-Man said the other day that people are that they wanted. And this is and you can't be behind like that. So again, that goes to management, and it goes back to who's in there. What's up with you, Viper? Are you here? Are you in here? What's up, Viper? You came in when everybody else left.
I'm in here.
yeah. Ham was in here and Husky was in here, and so you just popped in. So yeah. Now the disappointment for me is there for sure. I hate seeing people lose their job. That's why I said in the beginning, I went on my rant and saying there's a lot of shitty people out here that keeps on trying to use the console war for these people suffering, which is not right at all. But it is also a thing to where Xbox should get ripped for this. They should. And even if you say that, you know, the only thing I don't want to hear is I'm through with Xbox. If you're through with Xbox, be through with it. Listen, don't talk about Xbox no more. You know what I mean? Like if you're through with Xbox, then be gone. Poof, go away. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm done with something, I'm not talking about it. I'm not dealing with it. You know what I mean? So that's my only thing on that. My last point, and then I'll let you talk, Viper, is and let me go to the poll right here, and I'm seeing who people are saying it's still fault. So 47% is still saying that Phil Spencer is at fault for the games getting canceled. I don't agree with that. I think it's more on Matt Booty because that was his job to make sure that these games come out here. I think Phil is the last line of defense to make sure that these games don't come out broken or bad like Redfall did. Or just, you know, say because Redfall was not a bad game, but it was broken as shit, and it shouldn't have been this way. Also, another thing where a lot of Xbox gamers complain about, and I don't complain about it as much because I don't care like that if it's a single player game, but the situation with the 3060 thing, like, I mean, you got people bragging about Hellblade 2 being 60 frames per second on PlayStation, and Xbox gamers had to wait a little bit over a year, until they got an update for it to already be 60. That stuff right there, that's the thing, right? And I get it. These games need to come out. There's a timing thing about that, but these things need to be a priority because there's a lot of gamers that really want these type of things to be there. So I know for sure that these games will get those type of enhancements to have the option for both, because again, you will not get every game at 60 frames per second or higher. It's just not happening. You can't even get, there's some games that's out there right now that's on the highest tier GPUs, and you still have to do a lot of cutting and settings and do a lot of things, customization with your settings in order to try to get those 60 frames per second. Just coming out native 4K, native 60, it ain't going to happen with every game. So people still got to understand that reality. It's still, you can get your 60. And that's why I brought up a point of saying, like, look, if Xbox could have this type, and I mean, if PlayStation could do it too, I think it would be great as well. If these consoles could have an option to where they have what it was, I guess we'd be more on the developers, not the consoles, but the developers to give more settings to where if gamers want to play these games at 60 frames per second, they can open that up and get what they want. I think that would alleviate a lot of issues with those gamers that constantly bitch and complain about 60 frames per second games, because then they can get them and play them at 1440p or 1080p, 720p, whatever. You know what I mean? So I hope the developers will look into that more so we don't even have to hear about the 60, 30 frames per second stuff again. But yeah, no, I think the Viper, it was a very bad day for Xbox yesterday. The one thing about it though is that, you know, what Ham and Husky said, you know, you go and you have a really bad day, and then next thing you know, you find out that Helldivers 2 is coming to Xbox, and then we still could turn on our Xboxes and we could play games like Mecha Break and we got a whole slew of games that's going to be available for us on Xbox coming up here this year. So I don't know. What's your thoughts?
Okay, I think you and a lot of Xbox people are not going to like what I have to say.
Oh, he said Xbox people.
Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And I think some of the Sony people are going to probably take what I say and run with it.
Okay.
I don't want nobody to run with this.
For him, going to be happy then. Go ahead.
I know. I know. But I would like to know who is in charge of quality control of the employees. I'm not talking about the games. I'm talking about the employees. Because first of all,
good question.
How in the hell can you work for a company and you not put out a product that is top of the line? But then when we are third party and you want to put it out on a different platform, you make sure that it's the best that it can possibly be. But then on your own platform, you don't want to make it the best that you can possibly make it. Or on your own platform, you take too damn long to make something. But on a third-party platform, you decide, oh, I can get this out real quick and it can be the best that it can possibly be. What in the hell is going on? Because case in point, what you just said about Hellblade. How is it now you're able to get 60 frames, but when you first came out with it, you said that, oh, we're trying to go for a cinematic feel, so it's going to be at 30. Why is it on Starfield, you come out and say, I want 30 frames. That's how I like all my games. I like all my games at 30 frames. But now, after the update, I think it was last year, they did the update and it was 60 and 40, okay? How in the hell can you do that now when before you couldn't do it? Please explain who is in charge of quality control of employees, because some of these damn employees need to get fired. They really need to get the hell out of there, because I'm getting sick and tired of the fact that we're taking too long for these games. We're not getting the high quality that we should be getting on our own platform, but we can get the higher quality on another platform. Case in point, Hi-Fi Rush, when it first came out on our platform, on the Xbox, oh, yes, it was running at a lock 60. It was doing just fine. But then when it came out on PlayStation, how come there were certain things that was on it that made it look a lot better? Okay? Explain that to me.
Okay, so well, hold on. Okay, so I'm looking into it. Okay, so Phil Spencer is one, Dave McCarthy is another. The studio's quality team at Xbox Studios, a person named Chris Henry, Brian Hughes.
Okay.
Performance. I'm looking right here. I haven't seen a name yet. It's just going into, specialized teams, things of that nature. So it's a number, but it's something like it says, while Phil Spencer holds the top level responsibility, quality control at the employee level is a shared effort involving various managers, teams, and companies' overall performance management into the system. So
based on Phil Spencer's little blog post that he put out there to the team and all of that, and he said he's getting rid of certain management positions. How about you get rid of some of those management positions that don't know how to get the right employees? Because if you can't get the right employees to do the job that's supposed to be done, your ass needs to get fired too. Not only do those employees need to be fired, but the people in charge of those employees need to be fired, because this is unacceptable. It is completely you're close to being a $5 trillion company, and yet you cannot get quality control over your employees. Something is wrong. I'm not talking about a quality control over the games, because if the employees can do their damn job, we'll have quality control over the games. So now we have to deal with employees who are trying to sabotage Microsoft from within. This is exactly why the ponies are having a field day with this. This is exactly why the media is having a field day with this. It's because nobody is taking charge of what employees they're hiring. Are these people going to actually do what they're supposed to do? Or are they just going to suck Microsoft dry and basically screw up everything that they're trying to do? Because that's what it seems like to me.
Damn.
I understand that. I mean, let's go ahead and look at the initiative. When did they open up that studio? Was it 2018? When they decided?
2018. It was the best E3 ever shown. It was Xbox's best showing of all time. That was an amazing day.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They were opened in 2018. Then they decided, oh, we're not doing a brand new game. We're going to do a previous type. Established title. That's what they wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? The guy from Insomniac that was hired specifically for that team said, "No, I'm leaving to go back." Then you had to get co-development with the one that was with Square Enix, and they got rid of them. Crystal Dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you had to do co-development with them. We had a gameplay trailer last year of Perfect Dark.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell happened? We were so damn close. We were so close.
I think once the one guy who was a part of Insomniac left and went back to PlayStation, I think that was the start of the decline of because it wasn't only him, it was another. It was him that left first.
It was a lot more.
And then it was a lot of more of the people that left right like a year after that because of development issues with creative issues, I should say. And so
the creative issues because they didn't want to do Perfect Dark, they wanted to do something else.
Maybe, and then the fact of that. The guy that was in Insomniac, I forget his name, he was in charge of them to keep them in line. And then once that happened, it seemed like there was, everybody wanted to, dictate what they wanted to do. And I guess the person that was in charge at that moment just wasn't doing good enough. And then that's when they tried to clean it up with Crystal Dynamics. And obviously, I guess that just didn't happen. It wasn't good enough.
So once again, who is in charge and who is to blame for the people that they're hiring? Because right now, I must say it's everybody, but I want the specific people in charge to get fired. Because first of all, you brought people in that wanted to sabotage you from within. That was your problem. You need to find people who are going to say, hey, I want to work for Xbox. I want to work for Microsoft. I'm going to be loyal to them, and I'll make sure that you get the best products out of me. So why can't you do that? Oh, you decide you want to go for somebody who was working for the enemy, and now you bring them in, they kill you from within. This is the problem that we have. And I know Sir X-Man's going to jump in here for a second, but this is the problem that we have with the management at Microsoft and Xbox, because they're not cracking that damn whip. They're not making sure that things are 100%. So I see a problem with that. Go ahead.
Well, no, I just wanted to piggyback off of what you were saying, because I brought this up before you came on, was saying, and I thought that this was one of those things that, because you give me a different perspective with the way you bring this up. And I was thinking it was more kind of diabolical, because this is just in the tech world itself, but
it kind of is diabolical if you think about it.
Well, no. I'm talking about what I was reading some stuff behind the scenes from developers who left or who got fired, or I should say laid off, not fired, laid off. And there was some that was saying like, well, they were replacing a lot of us because they're going to replace us with AI. And when I first said that, I was like, man, that's diabolical. Like, damn, like, I mean, but in the tech world, that's what they want to do with a lot of these jobs that they got going forward. They want to use AI technology and a lot of robots. And so it's what I'm saying. And so which will replace a lot of human workers. And so that's to me. So again, so when you bring up that point about these people are sabotaging Xbox, which when you bring it to that perspective, yes, there seems like there was a lot of incompetence going on. What's your thoughts about the AI situation? Like, I mean, it obviously seems like Xbox is like, we're gonna have to cut, we're gonna cut losses, and which I hate it. I don't even like to sound like this, but if I'm thinking from the perspective of these people there in charge, is saying we got to cut losses, we got to cut bait, and start our AI initiative.
You want my opinion yet?
What'd you say?
You want my opinion yet? I was just waiting for a chance to get in.
Oh, well, okay, but I'm just saying, I want Viper to.
I've told you this years ago. My opinion on the situation.
We will get to it. We will get to it. We'll get to
it.
And
it came back to bite everybody in the booty.
Okay, Sir X-Men, we will. Give me a second. I want to hear what Viper has to say about what I just brought up. And
okay,
then,
go
then
for
we go
it,
to you.
dude.
And then we go to you. Okay, go ahead, Viper.
So
play a better break right now. I got time.
In terms of AI,
yes.
So there is a problem with that, because now if you are trying to invest, what was it, 90 billion that they said they bought the stuff for AI for?
Something
more
like
than
that.
Activision
Yeah.
Blizzard?
Oh yeah, it was more than that. Yeah.
So you're trying to eliminate jobs so that you can be more profitable. Okay. Why do I have to trust you on any of the products that you're going to release? Because you're going to need the human element in order to make this product. AI is not up to snuff with any of the things that we are trying to have it do. It can do some things, but you don't want AI running everything. I can't
even get Alexa to do what I wanted to do sometimes, right?
Exactly. No, you're right. You're right. Even like I can't get Siri to do shit that I want it to do because it keeps on taking the wrong thing that I say, or it wants to interpret what I'm saying, which is not the correct damn thing I'm saying.
Right. It has bad pronunciation. Even voice to text is part of AI. And
this AI is way more advanced than Alexa, but go ahead. Keep going.
But the fact is, I do not want them. I don't want AI creating video games. Okay. I do not want AI in charge of a lot of things that I do on a daily basis.
It's already happening, brother. And also that bill passed today. And it's 10.
We're all screwed.
And AI is all up in there. 10 years without any investigations on AI technology. So there's already a couple of games that's already, I mean, hell, college football and not college football, but Madden is going to be using AI technology. There's games that's coming out here now that's going to be using AI technology going forth. So it's here. It's already here.
Well,
go ahead. Yeah,
I'm gonna say this then.
Okay.
If this is the direction that the entire video game industry is going in terms of that, then I don't want to be a part of it.
Oh damn!
I really don't.
You think it's bad now? Wait till these AI movies come out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I am going to be done with this. Like you said earlier, if you're done with Xbox, don't talk about them. You're damn right. If this is the direction of everything, I'm not just talking about Xbox as a whole. I'm talking everybody, because Sony is doing it. That Nintendo will do it too. So if this is how the video game industry as a whole is going, then I don't want any part of it. I'm not dealing with it anymore. I will stop gaming as a whole. I don't need to worry about that.
Damn, really?
Yes, I'm dead serious.
Man.
I don't
go
care.
all retro, baby. I don't care. Retro's still good.
Yeah, even then, even with the retro stuff, how are you gonna find the systems for the retro games?
Because you can make retro, like you can
find retro, dude. Anywhere, dude.
Like I said, this is a major issue, and I'm not going to be a part of the world.
Where's my repair kit?
Where AI is going to dominate everything. That is not a world I want to be a part of. And everybody in the chat that wants to come at me and say, "Oh, he's not a real Xbox player. He's not a real PC player." No. I'm a true gamer, and I like the people who create the video games, and they have to be high quality. But I am not a person that's going to sit there and just play a game strictly made by AI, and there's no human element in there. I'm not doing it.
No, I get it. I mean, I see Michael Turner in the chat. He says, I'm done already. This is my last system. That, you know what I'm saying? So he's not buying any more consoles himself. So I mean, listen, I'm a gamer, and I'm going to game. I'm just going to continue to keep gaming. I'm not going that far. Everybody's entitled to their opinion and how they feel about it. But it just seemed to me when you raised up that point, which was a legitimate point, I just feel that this is probably what they were thinking. Like what Phil and Satya and Sarah and Matt and all them said. Like, listen, we got too many fuck ups in here. We got to clean it up. And at least when you use AI technology, you got control of it for the most part, and know that it's going to do what it's meant to do. And so, is it gonna work? We'll find out. I have no idea, but everybody in the gaming space is going this direction. I mean, there's AI technology in the new GPUs. I mean, there's AI technology in AMD, NVIDIA. There's AI technology everywhere, and it's only going to be even more in our face going forward. I mean, you can't go and look at anything on social media without seeing something in AI. So it's crazy.
Hey, Mega, all right, I understand what you're saying, but here is the major issue of it all. Yes, AI can be in the upscaling, the DLSS, the FSR, and all that stuff. I'm fine with that. But what I'm not okay with is AI creating stories. AI creating the code for the game logic, AI doing everything in terms of creating the game. I do not want it to be where I go into ChatGPT and then I ask it to, hey, create this game based off of these parameters and based off of this, and this, and I need you to create a story.
All right, I was top player. Yeah, baby. Sorry.
Come on, man. Come on. Stop that.
I'm sorry.
All right, go
ahead.
Just mute yourself.
Yeah.
What I need, I do not need to have AI creating everything from scratch and doing the entire damn game. I do not want to see like a Battlefield, or I don't want to see a Gears of War or a Halo strictly AI. There's no human element in it, because the one time that I see on the credits that only one person was on there and they're just the director and everything else was AI, chatbot, whatever the hell it is. Hell no. That's I'm out. I am totally out if I see that on the credits, because there's going to be just, oh, this is the director of the game. Oh, this is the program that was used to create the game, and that's it. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see people have their jobs and do a good job and actually create things, because the human mind is very creative.
Right.
AI is not creative.
No, I agree.
So I do not want AI creating anything for me. Yes, you can do upscaling. Yes, you can do frame interpolation. Yes, you can do all of that stuff. Some of the technical shit that we can't do, yes, let AI do it. But when it comes to creativity, when it comes to stories, when it comes to the innovation of certain things, I want a human being working on it. Because AI, how soon we forget The Matrix.
Well,
how soon we forget.
Fahim is over here calling Microsoft Skynet.
Well, you can call them Skynet, you can call them The Matrix. I don't care. This is a slippery slope.
Without no regulation, it is a dangerous slope. People, hell, it takes me a minute to look at some of this new eye that drops to say, hold up, is this, hey, wait a minute. And then I'm like, okay, I catch but it's a lot harder than it used to be. It used to be like, oh man, that shit is fake. I mean, because of us like knowing gaming. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. And it's only going to get more wild. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is that Satya, Phil, Sarah, Matt, all of them, they need to get their heads out of their asses and come up with a different plan, because AI is not the way. I'm sorry, it is not. Yes, it may be the way for you to get more money, but I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna be the downfall of society, period. It is the downfall of society, because the fact that we're gonna focus on AI for everything, we're in trouble.
I mean, I agree to a degree. But I mean, let me read some of these comments here, and then Sir X-Man, we're gonna get to you. Curie, what's happening with you, young lady? She says, you might be surprised about how good AI is at creating something with your human input, to be fair, though I too feel AI requires a human element. Then for Michael Turner, he says, for me, it's about the money. Current game devs and the media folks are biased to Xbox. Looks what's happening now. Like, they couldn't wait for this to happen. Now, I totally agree with that. We know that the media is about that bullshit. And then we got Farscape. What's up with you, Farscape? Thanks for stopping by. He said, if it's good, I don't care. Not going to lose my mind over AI. And I mean, and it is one of these things that and Fahim, that game, it's not a Gundam. Well, you said the Gundam game. I know the game is called Mecha Break. It's a game that's on Xbox and PC right now. Eventually, I'm sure they'll come to PlayStation at some point. But for right now, I think it's only just a Xbox PlayStation exclusive right now. And it's also on Game Pass.
It's only Xbox and PC. Period. Point blank.
Oh, okay. Well, that's sweet.
I know,
Sir X-Man.
And I'm loving it.
What is your thoughts about this situation with Microsoft and and the stuff that you've been hearing from not only from me but also from
the initiative?
Sniper. Well, yeah, just the layoffs, all that. Yeah, the whole situation. Yeah, the whole situation with Xbox.
Okay.
Layoffs.
Remember when we were doing GRG when they announced the initiative, right?
Mm-hmm.
And remember, I used to talk about. Didn't see no games being worked on in the background. All I see was them at little bars and getting liquor out their closet, out the fridge, and they showing they stockpile of liquor. But I didn't see no work getting done. That's a bad start to a company. That really is. I talked to member. I brought that shit up. And people like, celebrating. People like, they need to relax and all that stuff. But I didn't see, and all y'all was getting together to make Perfect Black, about 6-7 years ago, you were supposed to be making this game?
He said Perfect Black. It's Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark.
You know what the
Perfect Dark.
You know what the
Perfect
fuck
Black.
I'm talking about. Don't correct
Perfect
me. And
Black.
many times as we gotta correct you, stop trying to do that.
Perfect Black, huh? All right. That's a new game from Xbox. It's coming out to replace it. Perfect Dark. Perfect Black.
That would be a game that would get a lot of DEI problems.
Yes, exactly.
Boy, the hate.
But no, the minute I saw that, I'm serious. I knew there were too many cooks. You had super high level people from studios all supposed to be coming together. I was like, man, there's gonna be conflict of how they want to run the studio. There's gonna be conflict. I know it. And then a few years later, there started being conflict. One guy left because he couldn't work it out with another guy. Another guy left, and another guy came in, and he left right after that, saying it's just too much conflict. Then you have other proven studios come in to help you. That's a bad sign when you got proven studios coming to help you develop one game. You know what I'm saying? So they brought this on themselves from being shut down. I was just waiting for the initiative to get shut down, dude. I was waiting for it. Because it was bad implementation on making a studio. So you know what? Some of them other ones, it is what it is. I don't know the internals of what was going on with those. But the initiative is the one I was not surprised being shut down. And they brought it on themselves. And they can't even do AI no more. They won't doing AI because they completely shut themselves down. They let AI catch up with them and say, you know what? If they do come out with that game, it's going to be all AI because you didn't do what you were supposed to do to get this game out that long. And you know what I feel sorry for, K-Mega?
What?
Fable.
Why you feel sorry for Fable?
I just feel sorry for Fable. Nobody thought the initiative was going to go down like this.
You think Fable is
with Perfect Dark?
Well,
you know what? We didn't think. We all thought Perfect Dark was coming out.
Jez and other people out there that sit there and said that because there's more because there's a lot of BS rumors out there about the Gears game is not going to come out and Halo is going to get canceled or something like that. But I mean, Fable is going to come out. Like, bro, like name me something that gives you the impression that Playground is not going to deliver. Give me an impression. Tell me what game. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Tell me what game that Playground makes that sit there that gives you a pause and saying, "Oh no, they're not gonna bring it. They got development problems." We don't hear anything bad from a Playground. So I don't believe that.
But you know what's funny? We don't hear anything at all. That's the problem.
About what?
We don't hear anything at all. That's the problem.
No, they just They just talked about it at E3. I mean, or the Xbox. No. Go ahead.
No, they didn't. They didn't talk about Fable at the last.
I guess they asked Phil and them talked about it. So I guess that is the different part. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I think getting into the weeds is now and starting to over speculate is something that Xbox gamers have to stop doing. If it happens, it happens. To over speculate to say
that's what I said. That's why I said I knew the initiative was going to do what it was going to do, my friend, because it was too much of a mess at the beginning. So I knew when you get too many cooks in the kitchen, 4th of July barbecue over.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? We've been in that situation.
I get you.
Well, Auntie come in and say, "No, we should do it like that." No, Grandma said you putting too much in there, but Auntie said she make it better. Now you know nobody beats your grandma's cooking. Let your grandma do it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all messed up. So, and you gotta wait like 8 more hours for all of it to get done. Oh, that's black folk stuff, y'all. Y'all don't know about that.
This man here. This man here. No,
Am I lying, my friend?
No, you're not. You're not lying.
So that's what I think what happened to the initiative. It had too much spoiled cooks with their own ideologies on how this game should be made instead of 1 or 2 people. You had 8 new developers come in here that used to be high-ranking people in their game genre.
Yeah,
come in here to make this stuff.
It was around 50 people that was the base of the initiative.
Well, I'm not talking about the amount of the people, though. That's part of
those 50 people were the high levels.
They made a super team, of developers,
Right. And you knew there was going to be clashes. You already knew it. And guess what happened? They took, 6 years just to get the game out of the door for show.
No.
So you knew it had to be something.
Well, I think
somewhere around there.
Well, the thing of it was to me is that once, it's like I said earlier, once the guy that was from Insomniac left, I can't think of his name, but once he left the initiative, that's when I think when the problems began. And so, like when you still have, that's just like if Captain America left, you know what I mean? Then you got Tony Stark over here telling you, look, I'm the man. You got Thor saying whatever. You got other people that's like, man, I don't even like Tony Stark. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, this is the thing right there. So if you get,
you're breaking up again, bro.
So
we can't hear you.
I don't know why Viper didn't say that one time.
No, I can't hear you, but I mean, I'm not going to keep saying it because I have an actual wired connection now. Before it was Wi-Fi, but now it's wired. So you are breaking up.
Oh, I don't know. If I'm breaking up people, let me know in the chat. But I don't know.
We'll fill in the blanks for him so we can say he said that, or that's what he think he meant to say,
well,
and then you can say
exactly,
he said it.
exactly.
I don't know. So
That's exactly what I was doing. I was trying to fill in the
Drew Murray,
blanks.
that's his name. Drew Murray. So I just think that it's just one of those things where it is what it is.
It's tragic.
On that end.
The industry is doing it to themselves, K-Maker.
Oh yeah,
you gotta admit that. One thing, they're doing it to themselves.
Absolutely.
That is 100% keep
right.
your damn promises. Don't throw big things out there and expect it to be that good, and you not putting in the work. You know what I'm saying?
I totally agree. And
that's
I
want
to add on to that to Sir X-Man is the fact not only keep your promises, but keep your biases out of it too. Because the fact that you biased against a certain company, that needs to get thrown out the window. If you are
that ain't ever gonna happen.
No,
people that are biased against Ford versus Chevy. Come on.
No, but here's the thing. If you're biased against that company, don't work for the damn company. I understand you want to get a job, but do not work
you talking about old girl.
Right.
What's the name?
Right. If you are biased against the company, don't work for the company. Because if that means you want to sabotage that company from within. I do not want to see that. That's what we were having a problem with some of the people from Arcane Austin. When they were like, well, we didn't want this to be a multiplayer, and they forced us to make this a multiplayer. Okay, if they forced you to make it a multiplayer, try to do it. Try to do it and stop complaining and bitching and complaining about Redfall. Because the fact is, you didn't want it to be multiplayer, but this is what your boss told you it needed to be. So learn how to. Learn how to do it the right way. Yeah, but learn how to do it the right way first. And then if it doesn't work out, then okay, that's the boss's fault. Okay? But you did everything you possibly could to make that happen. We shouldn't have this constant bickering back and forth with the devs and then the publishers, and the devs say, oh, well, we can't do it. Then that means you don't need to be working there, period. And that's why Arcane Austin got shut down long ago. Now, going on with the initiative, work together. Stop trying to be in charge of every damn thing, and don't have a bias against Microsoft or Xbox. And then, I'm going back to Sony because I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay, you shouldn't have worked for Microsoft and Xbox anyway if you didn't like them in the first place.
No, I don't think it had nothing to do with that. I think it had a lot to do with the confusion within that company when she got there. That's what I think. It was probably too late to right the ship because of how much non-communication that was going on.
So let me ask you this question.
Dude, I've seen that in companies before.
Let me ask you this question, Sir X-Man. When you work for somebody, don't you have to, work for them?
Should be a ladder.
Yeah, basically.
Ladder of authority. They didn't have a cohesive ladder of authority. Everybody wanted to be the big boss. Okay. Everybody wanted to be the big boss. And the big boss, whoever's running it, gets the most money. So everybody probably was in there fighting to be the big boss. And they how can I say it? They undermined the other person that was the big boss, and it goes up. I've seen that happen in my jobs before.
And that goes back to what I said about destroying the company from within. Mm-hmm. Those types of people should not have been hired, and there should have been quality control from HR or whoever is in charge of having quality people work for them. Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying from the beginning. So this is a management issue. We're going to just put it right there. It is a management issue, but it's the specific people in charge of that quality control that need to get out of there. We need to put proper people in there that will be able to do the job properly and hire the proper people that will actually say, hey, I want to work for Microsoft. I want to work for Xbox.
Because
Not somebody that's from Sony that says, "Oh, I want to destroy Microsoft from within." I don't want to see that.
I don't think that was it. I don't think that was it.
Well, either way, I mean, it's an interesting topic. It's an interesting point. Obviously, something is there. And then there was somebody that brought up the point that I should have put the devs in there on that list, and I should have. I didn't think about it. But I mean, it is one of these things that is, I don't know. It's just a bad situation all across the board. So
I got bad news for you, my friend. Wario64 just posted something you ain't gonna like.
Oh no, I already know. You're too late.
You saw that about the Anthem?
yeah. Can I move on instead of you sitting here just
well, how am I supposed to know? I know that's your love game. That's
well, I can't. The point of it is that I need to bring it up, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I already seen it, so I mean, I was going to talk about it before we got out of here, but I want to move on from this and talk about. Well, I do. So,
well, you didn't have a list.
I don't need a list. This is my thoughts. You'll just come in and just talk. Not to interrupt.
Okay, my bad.
Shut your ass up.
I gotta start a little drama, bro. You know me. Come on.
Oh my God, damn! I'm just trying to hurry up and get done so I can get on out of here. And so
go for it, bro.
All right, here we go. All right, so then moving on to the next topic of this, and this is about your beloved Battlefield, and what EA said, and and yes, after that, I will talk about something that's devastating, and it hurt my heart when they brought it up when I seen it earlier today.
Hey, we'll get some time in there for you. I'll download it so we can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and download Anthem. Anyway, but so the head people at EA said they expect Battlefield 6 to have 100 million players. And the devs
better be fucking good.
Well, the devs said themselves, we don't know where they're coming from because we don't even think that we'll hit those type of numbers. We're proud of our product, but we don't think that that it is. And so I'm going to read what Raheem said. He says, "I dare K Mega to yell, 'Woman, where's my super suit?'" Anyway, no, but this is crazy. Like, I don't know, man. And Sir X, man, you said this, and you was 100% right. These damn upper tier people, they lost their damn minds. They don't have no idea.
I've said that before.
I know you have too, but I'm just saying. Just Sir X, man, just said it just not too long ago. On here, like,
I've been stressing that for years.
What the hell are they like? So you're telling me this Battlefield looks great? It looks great. I'm still not buying the deluxe edition day one. I've told you
they're supposed to have everything we want, and then they disappoint us.
Right. I gotta wait and see. I gotta go ahead and I want to play it, later. But I am going to play it, of course. I mean, I love Battlefield, but
yeah. I'm gonna have it day one. I know
these people are insane. Like the CEO at Take-Two. Well, I think it's necessary for us to have games go up to up to $100. These CEOs that come out and have these ridiculous, dumbass expectations, and then then they have the audacity to bring these games out broken. Just all over the place. I mean, hell, I also seen before I started the show was that the person that was in charge of Mind's Eye saying he's going to re-release the game and that the game was sabotaged. That's why the game came out in the state that it was.
Making excuses, dude. Really? I can't believe you said that, Kay.
He did. It's right there. I said, what the hell? Like, bro, I don't know what the hell these people are thinking. Listen, I expect, hell, I don't even know what Call of Duty's numbers are. Like, I know Call of Duty has huge numbers, but
Call of Duty did pretty good.
But 100 million players? What are we doing here? Like, I don't, and what is the expectation? When do they have to be at this 100 million player mark for them to feel like that's a success? I don't know. Sir X-Man, Battlefield is your thing. What's your thoughts?
Wait, do you remember how remember how Square Enix always say we didn't meet expectations on certain things?
Yes.
This is the over expectation that I see from EA.
Yeah.
100 million? You can't even get 100 million consoles. How the hell you gonna get 100 million people? Jesus.
Well, a lot of people play it.
Because between everything, it's, Battlefield is going to be on everything. It's going to be on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and most likely even be on Nintendo. So they could reach.
Version for the Switch.
Yeah, they'll have enough places to potentially get to 100 million players, but I don't think that there's ever been a Battlefield that has ever had that many players on there. I don't know. Sir X-Man, what do you think?
Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4 did. When they fixed everything, Battlefield 4 blew up.
But how much was Battlefield at the time?
Damn years for it to get there, but updates and fixes.
I got Battlefield 4 for $10 at GameStop.
I love Battlefield.
And it came out like
they're talking about how many people playing though. That's the thing. That's the thing they're emphasizing on, how many players. They're not emphasizing on sales. They're emphasizing on how many players they said in that conversation you just put out there. You feel me?
Yeah, but I don't see it. I don't see it. 100 million players.
I've seen it before with Battlefield.
And what's in what span? Like, what time span? Like, because of course, if they have this expectation, what is is it in the first 6 months? Is it the first?
You know what shocked me? When they came out with Battlefield 1 and then Battlefield 5, Battlefield 5 got recent update for years ago, not the new one we played, but the one before that was like after the World War, the Civil War and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But Battlefield 5 got a big jump. And I think it was like 3 months ago when they did a major update.
Yeah.
You had like 80 million people playing Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 ever since they got the update to improve the game. See, that's the thing with EA. Their problem is, and I hate to say it, they put a game out and it's not perfect like it should be. And then by the time you fix everything, a lot of people done moved on. With this one, you have to make it right out the gate because people are thinking about your last iteration. Now, they say it's supposed to be more like Battlefield 3 with the destruction, the vehicles, and everything. And they brought your people, your engineers back and everything like it should be with everybody representing a different class with different weapons. But we'll have to see. And you got to prove yourself all over again. Like you said, I'm not getting it day one. It has to prove itself.
Right.
So how can you come out and say 100 million people after your last couple of iterations after Battlefield 3 and 4? You know what I'm saying? You have to be right out the gate with everything perfect. No adjusting the time to kill. No adjusting the hit marker. None of that. Make everything ready to go right out of the gate. No coming in and changing this grenade to be a little softer or a little, or a little stronger. None of that stuff. No changing the curvature on the bullet. Let your bullet run where it's gonna go. Get that right the first time. Don't have nobody complain about the aim of sight is off. That'll kill your game in a heartbeat if your aim of sight is really off. You know what I'm saying? Can't make it in a shooter. Yeah. So after your previous flaws, you gotta come out the gate flawless. So and go ahead.
I was going to say 100 million is much more reasonable if it's Call of Duty. 100 million is
No,
more reasonable.
Battlefield.
Well, hold on.
Battlefield has reached that before.
But I'm saying nowadays,
Uh,
100 million is much more reasonable in Fortnite. It's more reasonable in Mario Kart. It's much more reasonable, like I said, in Call of Duty. So don't tell me that you want to get 100 million in Battlefield when it's been falling short year after year that you've released it. Don't think that you're gonna just, we're gonna go ahead and make this game and they're gonna have 100 million people, 200 million. We're gonna reach 3 billion people. Hell no.
That's what Phil said.
You need to come out with products that people are going to want. Okay? So the fact is, if you have been slacking over the past few games and your quality has gone down tremendously, you're not getting 100 million.
No, and that's why I'm looking for, like, I'm looking through Battlefields, and like peak Battlefield was 200 and some thousand people, which was Battlefield 4 at its peak, 200 and some thousand. Battlefield 5 was 118,000 people at its peak. That's not 100 million. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, could they get to 100 million players that played the game? Yes.
Over time, maybe, but not right out the damn door.
That's what I'm saying. What is the time frame? And if somebody sits there and brag and say that means that they got a time frame. They're not talking about, I mean, because usually Battlefield lasts around anywhere from 2 to 3 years before they go to
look how long Battlefield 4 lasted. That game lasted a long ass time out there.
Because Hardline came on after that about 3 years later. Hardline was right after that 3 years later.
Yeah, but I'm talking about pure Battlefield, man.
That was a pure Battlefield game. What are you talking about?
That was a Battlefield game for the streets.
It was a pure Battlefield game. It was its own game. It was a Battlefield game. People try to lie and say it was a reskin. It was its own Battlefield game.
No, that wasn't a reskin. That was a totally different Battlefield.
It was a whole different thing. But anyway, but that was the knock on it. That people were saying it was a reskin.
But you know me, I'm a Battlefield troll ever since 1943.
Yeah,
I love 1943.
Well, but that's my point there. Like that's the absurdity from some of these people at the top. Just say that you don't know gaming, man, because then you're putting your devs in a position to get that's a lot of pressure because they're already
up for failure.
Yeah, you're setting them up for failure. Just that's the thing that's tripping me out. Like, what are you doing? Like that, just say that we expect this Battlefield to cook. That's it. This Battlefield's going to be great. You're going to really love it.
You're right, K-Maker, because you know what they're doing? They're stressing them out to make the game, put the game out faster.
Yep.
That's what you're doing. So they're going to go through every nook and cranny, and it's going to mess up something else. That's what's going to happen.
Yep.
See, but the problem right there is you've got these people who are not gamers that are in these high-level positions, and they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Their heads are in the clouds, so far up other people's asses. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. And this is the problem with the entire game.
They're not thinking, my friend. They're not thinking, my friend.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
No.
The fact is, they're thinking about something. They're thinking about their investors. They're thinking about how much ROI can we get from this. Because
I'm thinking about how much taxes I can get back from my bonuses now.
Damn right. How much fucking money can I get? I don't give a damn about the gamers. I don't give a damn about the developers. How much money can I line my damn pockets with? That's all they care about.
Mm-hmm. Gaming didn't used to be that way. Even in the early 2000s, the gaming didn't used to be that way.
Wow. Now, Battlefield 1 cooked. Battlefield 1 cooked.
Oh yeah, everybody.
Battlefield 1 had an average of 250,000 players daily.
Mm-hmm.
And that was more than 4.
That commercial, boy.
Yeah, that was dope.
I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm like,
And you see
yeah.
when some of these games do good, it's
Mhm.
because there's some heart in there. There's some heart in those games when they do good. Now the
And the
games
thing
that
about, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead.
The thing about Battlefield 1, though, it was good. I'm not going to lie. It was good, but it got really repetitive. That's what took the game away. They didn't give us enough more things to grow on. Most of the weapons stayed the same. So there was really no, you know what I'm saying? Because of the year you put it in. So they
Mhm.
could only go so far with the limitation of what they can do to keep it more realistic. And that was the downfall of Battlefield 1. It was a great game. It moved fluidly. The time to kill was perfect. The shooting mechanics was perfect. When you went through remember the one where you were going through the mountains, Mega, and you could fly and stuff like
Yeah.
that through the mountains and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then you ended up on the blimp and you're like, I better get off it before it blow up. You know what I'm saying? Those were moments. But they haven't captured that moment in a long time, dude. And they need to get back to that. So that was a good game. But in all the charts, I'm don't freak out. When they go from S class to A to B to C, the only one that I looked at a lot of charts, Battlefield 4 is still the number one on there. It's the S class game. Your game, Hardline, came in number 2. So
Yep.
that's pretty good.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
The hardline still has even with there's a place like I told you, it's overseas, and so you got to deal with lag, but it's
Yeah,
worth
I
it to me
remember
because I
that. I
love
had to go
hardline.
in there, yeah.
So yeah, and can I
But
say this?
Battlefield 4
Hellblade
was
is
a
still
juggernaut.
the best looking game out. Hellblade 2 is still the best looking game out, hands down. There's still nothing like they talk about Death Stranding. Nah, bro, hell, I'm looking at my gameplay of Hellblade 2 right now. Ain't no way. It's still.
You know what? I
Go ahead.
believe you, and that's true. But you know what? For me, it's a tie between that and Hive Busters from Gears of War. Hive Busters was gorgeous.
Nah, this is a little bit better than High Busters.
This is better looking than Hive Busters. Hive Busters is gorgeous. There's no question. But but
But the
Hellblade is
thing
a
about
different
Hive
animal.
Busters, it looked gorgeous, and you had that fluid flow. It was a little bit faster. So you have to sacrifice something for something.
Well, it's a shooter.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But as far as shooters go, it was gorgeous, bro.
Oh no, it was one of the best
You
looking
gotta
shooters.
give
But
it.
I mean, Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5 was some of the best looking shooters out there too. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
Battlefield 1 was gorgeous, especially when
yeah.
you go in that. Remember that little cave in the mountain, and you got explosions coming all out, people trying to throw
Mm-hmm.
grenades at you and stuff like that, and you could actually see grenades coming. And like, dude, I gotta get in this little cul-de-sac right here. Oh, please. I mean,
No. I
it's
just was
still a
over here
great
just like,
game to this
damn.
day.
Yeah, because I mean, Death Stranding looks phenomenal. Death Stranding 2 looks absolutely gorgeous. And I mean, it is
But just because the game look
bigger.
good,
It's
don't
a
mean it's
bigger.
for you.
It's a bigger game, right? Like, I mean, I get that too, but the Hellblade is just on another level graphically. It just on a different level.
And then puzzles were a pain in the ass still.
Yeah, they were. But at the same time, there needs to be a little bit more substance to Hellblade. Yes, you've got the whole mental illness stuff in there.
Bro, there was a lot of substance in this game.
Yeah, there was a lot. I got through some stuff, and I was like,
the combat
cool.
was better. Like, I mean, this game had a lot more of what the game is. Like, what are you talking about? Like, more substance.
What it needed to be was a little bit longer because it was just too short.
Well, technically, if you think about it, this was, and I'm not trying to put the game down, trust me, this was a test bed of what you could do with Unreal Engine 5. So you have to give it a little leniency.
I don't know. No,
you have to give it a little.
It took me when people said they beat it in 3 hours. They played it on easy, and they didn't go and look and discover. No, they did, but they didn't go discover looking for stuff. They didn't. They did, and they played it on easy. It took me about almost 10 hours to beat. So because I played it on the different difficulty, and I went and looked and found everything. So
Well, think about this game again. It might have been some people's second or third playthrough. That's why they went through it fast. They're not going to talk about the struggles they had when they first went through it. They're going to talk about, this is how long it really took me to get through after one or two previous playthroughs. They don't tell you about their previous playthroughs where they figured out the map, the puzzles, and all that stuff. They don't do that.
No. And that's the thing.
They fake the funk.
So according to what it says here is that 7 hours is the main story, 8 hours for main and extra, and 9 hours for completionists. That's what it says it's supposed to be.
And that's how I beat it. That's all I went to. Yeah, I said I was close to 10 hours. Yeah, that's what I said. It took me about close to 10 hours to beat. People were saying that you could. People were showing that they were beating the game in 3 hours, and I was like, "Oh, you ain't doing shit in this game."
Yeah, they're not doing stuff. But the thing is, a lot of people are not. They want something that's going to be longer. They want to get more for the buck.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That if you listen to what these journalists bitch and complain about, they don't. They talk about bloat. You heard that word bloat.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's what they talk about. Well, can you give us games that's around 7 to 10 hours? We don't want these games that's 20 hours plus.
And when they get the games that is not that's 7 to 10 hours, they still complain about it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I mean, I thought that the game for what it was perfectly sized. I don't mind a game being 3 hours if you can give me everything within that 3 hour period. I don't mind a game being 10, 20 hours. Hell, I just beat Assassin's Creed Shadows and put 222 hours into it. I don't care about that. That's my jam. I love games like that.
You put more time in Odyssey than you did in
I did, but I did every main thing into Shadows. Shadows is, I would say this, Shadows is bigger than Valhalla, but it's way more dense. Like everything,
it's more in depth. It's deeper.
It's got so many other things to do within it, right? So that's what's the situation with Shadows. But the only thing that I didn't finish in Shadows was like there was only just maybe about 5 of those things where you kill so many Ronin, or you kill so many of these of these thugs or something like that. I killed everybody, all, and what's really tripped me out is like how
an example for what how
many different how many people you had to assassinate, or you can choose to let people live too. So I don't know. I really did like it though. I was hyped for it, and I'm glad that I had the chance to play it and beat it. So
can I give an example of my previous phrase when I said people would speedruns? Yeah. People used to the first Mario, people took forever to get through that damn thing. But now you got people doing speedruns. First Sonic, it took a while to learn the patterns in the game. Everybody started doing speedruns. It's no different than today. People still do speedruns in games. But that's when let me get this part. But now you got newer people that are doing speedruns. They say, "Oh, it only takes this long to beat this game." How many times did you play to get to put all that stuff in the back of your brain and your memory, how to get through that stuff? How many times you got that written down on a pad somewhere? Yeah, we used to do that back in the day. To remember what you need to do when you get to a certain part of a game.
Do you not know that they use the internet now?
What they did back then. It's all the same, except people are posting it saying this is how fast you can get through the game.
Yes,
it's no different.
People are using the internet on their first playthrough to get all the different secrets and then just run through it as fast as they can on their first playthrough. That's what certain people are doing nowadays.
Oh yeah, but they still have to learn it though. You can't just put that in the video, go look at a video, then put that in the video, and then start from there. You're learning from that, and you still have to put it down to memory if you're going to do a straight through run. You still have to put it all to memory. It don't matter if they do it like that. Your first run to put all that in the memory is not going to be go back to a video. Let me pause the game. Let me pause the stream. Go back to it. You're not going to do that. You're going to learn it in the background, man. And then you go make your run. It's all game to them.
I will post it for him, but yes, I killed all of those demons, the people that had the eyes, the blue eyes, and they were looked at as demons until you got to the last chick. Yeah, I know I did. I was going to show
you got achievements for it too. That's right.
I did. I got an achievement for it. I got a I'm just gonna after the show. I'm finna. I'll take a clip of it and show all the people that I killed because I killed everybody. You know what I'm saying? I got rid of everybody.
So, what you killed, right?
Well, I didn't kill everybody. I saved some people, but yeah, no, I killed them. It was crazy.
You saved the little grand lady.
What'd you say?
Did you save the little grand lady in the
little what?
I'm just making up. I haven't played the game. I'm just saying.
I didn't know what you said. The little what lady? I was like, what? Anyway,
the grand lady.
So they, yeah, no, I know Fahim that they were part of Japanese mythology. No, I knew that. Like, I'm just saying though, the only thing that I had the problem with Shadows, I wished it, and they could do that with DLC is add legendary animals and stuff like that, or more mystical stuff like that, because it was cool when you sit there and you when you approach a couple of them and you seen that they were in some, like there was one of them that was getting beat up, about to get killed, and then I saved her from getting killed, and I killed the dude that was beating her up because and then they showed her close up because their eyes are blue or whatever, and the people look at them as demons, and I was kind of like, oh, this sucks. I want to see something evil, like I want to see a creature, and then at the end of it, that woman was a demon. She went and killed the person that that told you about it. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no. So it's really, really good. And like I said, Tuesday, I love the part at the end when I was Yasuke, and I had to bring in everything I had, call in the ancestors to beat the hell out of that damn dude for what happened to Yasuke, and the whole slave thing. That, like, I put in that work on that fool, boy, and I love they added extra moves to body slam, and then he backhand his ass. I loved it. Anyway, go ahead.
Did you beat Avatar yet?
I have not beat Avatar. I have played Avatar. I think I got about 20 some hours in Avatar. Avatar's good.
Maybe you could do a co-op session and help me game.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. I mean, like I said, right now I'm in limbo.
Being stupid.
They had legendary animals, Michael Turner, but you couldn't kill them or fight them. You could only draw pictures of them. You know what I mean? So that right there, I didn't like that. Like I found the Nine Tails, and there's another and the other only one I seen it, but it ran away, and so I gotta wait until I go.
Shadows.
On Shadows, it was a deer with all these antlers, and it had flowers on it and stuff. It was huge. It was massive, and it glowed. What'd you say? Yeah, and I got too close, and that son of a bitch got to bailing. I tried to chase it down, and it was gone. So yeah, but I did catch the Nine Tails. I snuck up on the Nine Tails and took that. But that's the only one. I know that. I think there's like 6 of them, I think. So yeah, but once they drop some DLC, some more DLC, because I did the DLC part that they added, I'll go back and I'll re-download it. So anyway, so last point, and that is what Sir X-Man was bringing up and trying to make fun of me about, which it breaks my heart. Anthem, EA has announced that Anthem servers will be shut down January 26th. January 12th. January 12th, 2026. My heart hurts. My heart hurts. It is one of those games that I never, ever uninstall. I have it still loaded up. Shut your ass up.
Yeah,
Shut your ass up, sucker. I hate you all. I hate you. I hate y'all both. I hope y'all stub y'all's toe on the table. You bastard. I hope y'all stub your little toe.
You get lonely. You get lonely. You get lonely without your anthem. And he cried.
Y'all some dirty, dirty dogs, boy.
That's what
Y'all
friends
some
for,
dirty
dude.
sons of bitches. I hate you. I hope you stub your toe tonight. I hope your toes get. I mean, and y'all have sleep. Y'all going to go get Sir X Man. You gonna get that warm milk. You know what I'm saying? Before you go, you know what I'm saying? Because you need that warm milk to make sure your bowels work in the morning.
Baby. Screw that. I take my milk and I make some strawberry quick.
And if you get your strawberry quick and you have sleep and you stub that old crusty ass toe, Viper, I hope when you sitting there getting up, about to walk, get ready to and I hope you at work when you stub your toe, sucker.
But I told you I actually like Anthem.
I just
had a problem people. My problem was when I had to go into town and figure stuff out. But I like Anthem.
I'm gonna have to stream it before it's too late.
What I had a problem with Anthem.
Yes, sir.
First of all, that it was always online. That was one thing. Number two, there wasn't a seamless transition between this town and then when you go outside. And it's like every single thing that you had to do was just everything was so segmented, and you had to wait and wait and wait before you could get into something, because obviously you had to matchmake with so many different people. And it's just like, okay, can I just do this on my own? And it wouldn't let me do it on my own. I always had to be with somebody else.
There were always people in the area.
Exactly. And so the thing is that was my issue with Anthem. Now, I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
The game is gorgeous.
But here's the problem. That always online BS, this is what people are complaining about.
Right.
Yes, you can have an online component, but it shouldn't always be online. And that's the problem with Anthem.
Yeah. I would hope, but I know that's not going to happen. Only thing I would wish if like GOG got a hold of it or something, and had an online or somebody made a mod or something to where you could still play it offline. But
They'll do it.
But it'll still
PC,
but it'll be difficult as hell, because there's some missions that are just so damn hard. You got to have people to play with. So that breaks my heart.
You got to coordinate. Like I said, even when you play Battlefield, I had to go back to Battlefield. When you got a good squad, it works perfectly. When you got strangers in there with you, it doesn't work. It doesn't feel quite right. You know what I'm saying? You can't really organize with like your friend know what your specialties are, just like you know what your friend's specialties are. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So you come together, all together, knowing where their weaknesses and their pluses are, and you work together. That's what Anthem was. But when you don't have a crew that knows what everybody is good at, it was falling apart. That's the problem. It's a good game. Call of Duty is different. You can be by your damn self in Call of Duty shit.
And another thing too with Anthem is that I know when I was playing, I wasn't getting any type of advancements because I was in somebody else's lobby. Now, and that was pissing me off. It's like, wait a minute, I tried to start up in a mission, and yet they were getting the experience and they were getting their advancement, but I wasn't getting a damn thing. And I was like, hold on a second, this don't make no damn sense. So that's what made me shut off the game too.
That's what I love about Borderlands, man. Everybody got leveled up when you played Borderlands. It was a higher level or just mediocre. They leveled up just like you did. The people at the top, though, they leveled up a little less, but the people at the bottom, they leveled up quick. And I like that fairness that was in Borderlands. That's why it is what it is, and I hope they keep that the next one. I'm getting it.
Yep. And shout out to this game here. It is gone as well. If you see in this gameplay, I forgot the name of it already. It was the Ubisoft shooter that was supposed to compete with COD.
X-Defiant?
Yeah, X-Defiant. Yeah, this was X-Defiant. So.
Yeah, they announced that about a month ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gone. It's over with. I forgot that I had. It's crazy. I forgot I had this gameplay of this, but yeah, no, I liked it.
Lemon and Scrub Nurse played it, and they both said something about the targeting was off. They said if the targeting was fixed right, like it should be, the game had a good chance to be a contender. But they both complained about the targeting being off, and they knew they had good aim sight with it.
Yeah, so I had fun with it. I had, for what I played quite a few matches. I just, of course, it just, one of the things like I'll get back to it at some other point, and I'm playing other stuff. But yeah, that's the sad thing about online games, Viper. You're absolutely right. When they decide to shut those servers down, it does suck, and it does give you that sense of game preservation that is definitely needed, and that's why it's like, damn, with a lot of these single player games. That always got to use online. It's the little things. So it's crazy.
It's the little things
and I think this goes back to what a lot of people have been saying about the online component.
Round 2 Toy 24, Cape Mega, aka Cape Mega. So
okay. Anyway,
that was my Ubisoft name. That was my first Xbox name. Somebody dared me to name myself Brown Chew Toy. So I did.
Mr. Who Dat? Who's Mr. Who Dat? That's a cool name. That's a cool name.
Anyway, go ahead.
But no, this is what people are complaining about with games being persistently online, or just making a strictly multiplayer game only. If you like it, but yet there's not enough people that's on there, and you bought the game. Let's just say you bought the game, not the free to play ones, but you bought the game. And then they decide to shut it down. Crossfire X, I'm looking at you. The fact is,
it had potential. That's the sad part.
It did. I got the game. I still got my gameplay of Crossfire X. Yeah.
It's like, you have a single player portion that should have been offline, but you know, the online portion of it, you made sure that everything was online, and then the people who paid for it, they got screwed.
Like me.
They didn't. Yeah, I paid for the full version so I could get both single players.
Me too.
And yet I couldn't get damn thing now after they shut it down. Doesn't make sense. Now the same thing with Anthem.
They say you won't be able to play Anthem anymore. That's messed up.
And that's crazy because of the fact that, I bought it day one, of course. Always talked about it.
Too.
Yeah, I've always loved Anthem, and me and Xbox would go back and forth, and I was like, EA is gonna go ahead and remake that game, man. They're gonna make another Anthem, I promise you. You know what I'm saying? And so Xbox won that one because
I said the same thing about a brand new Burnout.
Yeah.
This is why so many people are upset, and anytime they announce a always online game or a strictly multiplayer game, I'm not buying it. Because you've already shown me in the past that you don't want to support your games. You don't care. So why would I even bother trying to spend money on an always online multiplayer game? Now, granted, one of the games that I played that was always online, which was Destiny and Destiny 2, okay? Those, yes, I had to pay for every damn upgrade that I needed to get, but at the same time, they kept up with the game. Now it started to fall off after I forgot the damn one. It was the Queen with the Witch Queen, I think.
You're talking about Destiny?
Yeah. So it started to fall off around there, and that's where I was like, okay, I did as much as I could in all of it, and I don't think I want to do any more. And so that's fine. But in terms of if they had shut the thing down right there in the middle or early at the beginning, and we had spent all this money on it, you know how many people would be pissed off with Bungie? So, I mean, the fact is that EA should get a lot of backlash for this because they did it with a Battlefield 2042.
Well,
they're doing it.
No, their service still working.
Their service is still working.
But I'm talking about the completely online, and then it's you have to pay for it, and then all of a sudden it will shut down. I'm telling you right now, Battlefield 2042 will shut down someday.
There is not a Battlefield that shut down yet. I will say that. Even 1942 is still on.
Battlefield 3 is shut down though. They shut down Battlefield 3 though.
Yeah.
Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 2 they shut down.
Battlefield 3 is shut down.
Can you still play those games offline?
I don't know. I'm gonna check that.
The only company that does, and this freaks me out, that does not shut down their service are Ubisoft.
No,
and that one cracked me.
Bullshit.
Because X-Defiant, they just did it.
X-Defiant got shut down.
I'm talking about their the crew. Okay.
The crew.
You may talk about them, but their shooters aren't shut down, except for that one. Rainbow Six Vegas, Rainbow Six Siege.
Well, those games are still popping though.
People are
I know.
still on those games.
People still playing Vegas 1 and 2, dude. They still are.
Right.
And the Division, their servers are still working.
Oh yeah, no. There's people still on the Division heavy.
And except for the Halo, I think Halo 2 and 3 for the 360.
Yeah,
from the Xbox,
the original Xbox, not the 360.
Well, we knew about them.
But you got the Master Chief Collection, so I mean,
right? You don't need all that, right?
Right.
But every other one is you can still play Project Cars. You can still play Forza 3, 4 on the 360 because 5 and 6 are shut off. They just turned 7. Forza Motorsport 7 back on. I've been playing it on PC and having my friends play with it.
Wait, you said they turned it on?
About that. Remember, it came back and they turned it back on. Forza 7 servers are back on.
Are they back on? Okay. I want to re-download again.
I told you the other day. You was like, yeah, I got some more stuff to finish in Forza 7. Yeah.
I need to. Oh, that's right. You did say
we
that.
We need to get a match in. Because I have it on PC. I own it. You know, when you own it, you can put it on PC. So if you own it, it's anywhere. Yeah, I've been playing it on my PC, dude, all the time. I was playing it on my PC before I was playing it on the Xbox.
Well, I'm reading that Big Bad Mo is saying Red War can't be played, but then Michael Turner said, and I don't know if he's talking about Red War, if he says they have a third game coming, but I don't know. But either way, I mean, yeah, it does suck. I am upset about that. I would hope that if they shut the servers down to Anthem, that they're making another one. I mean, I would love that.
There is another one that don't shut down servers. Epic. Because Unreal Tournament 3 servers still work. And the other Unreal tournaments still work on Steam. They still keep them servers up and running.
Yeah.
Well, on PC.
He's talking about Division. He's talking about Division 3. Yeah, because Division 3 is coming. Yeah. So but they can't. Me and Ham played that Heartland. It wasn't it. It was trying to be a survival type of game. I'm not a fan of those type of games, and so I was just like, it just didn't fit what.
Yeah, that's
Division
like Ark
is.
Survival. I don't give a shit. Ark Survival is a piece of shit.
Damn!
Don't let Ham
Ham gonna come up there and whoop your old ass, boy.
Hey, he's not in here, so I don't care.
You better watch your mouth.
I knew he was there. I saw him when he popped up on it.
I heard him pop up too, but still, I was just like,
you better not let him hear you say that.
Out on him like Kendrick.
You did, boy. That boy said, turn the TV off, turn the TV off.
Friend, as long as you don't do no diddy.
Damn, boy.
How you doing, Ham? What's up, buddy?
Don't be my friend now.
I'm always your friend. That don't matter. Dude, I was just talking shit about Anthem the K Mega, so I mean, come on, it don't matter.
Man, I
Your
promise
friends
you,
talk shit, you know
when I
that.
see you, I'm gonna put hands on you deliciously, boy. No pause. I'm putting them on you.
Nah, if y'all know what it is, Sir X-Man's been a member of my channel, so I gotta give him his respect. So,
that's a mistake. That's where you made the mistake. Give him his respect.
Yeah, I know. Look at what it got me.
A bunch of
here. He just throwing.
That's right.
Curious, like she's saying,
mad shade on my game, ain't he?
Yeah, he is.
You ain't even playing your game. What are you talking about?
I mean, to be honest,
that's the problem.
To be honest, I disregarded Ark since what they done recently.
What did they do?
What did they do?
They decided to put more emphasis on Ark Survival Ascended currently instead of Ark 2, which Survival Ascended is just the remaster of what Ark Survival Evolved was. So really all they're saying is, hey, we have the resources here and we're not prepared whatsoever to even make Ark 2. This is essentially what
So what I'm trying to say is they should have just said it should be called an expansion and not number 2.
No, because
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they were supposed to make number 2, but they remade number 1 to pretty much use as a practice run on Unreal Engine 5. And now they see money coming in on number 1 and they're like, you know what, we're just going to keep putting money into this one right now. And we're just going to push back number 2, even though we said Ark 2 back in like 2021.
Yep.
So I'm pretty disappointed about that. I don't want to play the game.
You can say you're pissed off. You can say you're pissed off, Ham.
I don't want to play the game that I played before. I wanted to play the stuff that they were advertising for the new stuff with the whole like Souls like fighting combat, able to climb and
you want it to be rich.
More. Like I wanted
to be rich.
But to be honest, I got all that in Dune and Ark is slipping, so see you later.
Man, I'm looking at this gameplay, and here's another online game. But I got this game for free from the studio. This is another online game that was supposed to be slated to come to consoles, but it only came on PC, and then it was available for a year. It's called Sync. And if you guys remember, I talked about this game. I loved it. I really enjoyed it. And I'm like, oh man, you guys are going to love this game because it's a co-op game. But the game only lasted a year. And the only reason why I'm not over pissed off because the devs gave me the game to review or to show off. And I was just like, man, this game got a lot of potential. I really do like. Man, this game was so dope. And it was 4-player It was a 3 or 4-player co-op. And then you also had a PvP in there as well. Like it was real. I think it was 4 to
that would have been hot.
4 to 6 player co-op, something like that. And then
I'm playing Dune right now as we speak.
See, sucker. This man, I'm out. This man said he out. Anyway.
And then also,
did you ride a worm yet? Did you ride a worm yet?
No, I haven't rode a worm, but I got an ornithopter.
Pause.
Nice.
That man asked you if you rode a worm. Pause.
Did you ever see any Dune? Did you know anything about
you get eaten by a worm right at like the beginning of the game.
Oh,
anything about the Dune, man?
That worm comes and pounds you real quick. You can't do nothing about it.
I'm not worried about the worm. I'm worried about the teeth.
No. That worm is where the real spice is. That's where you get really hot.
All I'm doing is lines of spice and running from worms.
That man.
I'm worried about the teeth from the worms. Okay, that's
Did your eyes turn blue yet? Did your eye turn blue yet?
Wow.
You do spice your eyes.
Every time I end up getting beat by the worm, I end up coming back to the surface naked.
Cure, you're absolutely right. Woo, this feels like a reunion.
Hey man, I get out there to reunion.
How much is that game?
$40. I've seen it for $42.
I think it's 60.
It is 60, but I see it on.
You can probably get on key sites for cheap.
Yeah, it's 42, and I'm over here like, man. But then I also look at what's that other game called?
I'm hitting that spice right now. I'm hitting that spice right
Berserker,
now.
Berserker Kazan. I really did like that demo. I thought that game was so fun to play, that demo of Berserker Kazan or whatever. But I'm like, and that's like, I see it for like 30, 38, something like that. And so I said, I hear Ham talking about that. Me and Ham ain't played no games in a while. And I'm like, man, do I want to risk it all? So I said, man, I don't know. We might risk it all. I might go ahead and try to pick this up after I pick up college.
About playing it sometime.
Okay.
I'll help you play it. Hey, Megan.
All right. Now you talking about getting pounded by worms and getting high on spice, brother. That don't sound like that sounds like a good time to me.
That was the install.
That man said get swallowed by the worm and get pounded by the worm. Oh,
yeah, the worm will give you something to remember.
Hey, does the game give you the ability to ride the worm like they do in the movies?
I haven't got that far yet.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right, guys.
I hope they do. That would be so cool, man.
Let's get the hell out of here. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming through.
Really
All right, talk about riding the worm.
I don't know nothing about that, but like he's like, you need to find out.
You have to fight Harkonnens too in the game. Hello?
What?
Damn, you got to fight Harkonnens in the game too?
Fight hardcore?
Harkonnens.
Oh, yeah.
All right, that'd be cool.
All right. I bought Doom 2. I haven't watched that yet. But and speaking of that, man, go watch that Ironheart. That shit is tough. Ironheart is dope.
I just need to get my Disney Plus back up.
I heard it was good.
Ironheart is cold, boy. And I had no idea that there's ties in with Doctor Strange on there. That's crazy. Like that,
everything out there got a tie in with Doctor Strange.
Well, it's not like I wasn't seeing it like that because I don't know too much about Riri Williams in the comics. That's a little bit past my time. I don't know too much. I don't know too much about Riri Williams that much, but her character. But yeah, no, it's fascinating. I know Michael Turner in the chat said worms and lines. Yep, that's crazy as hell. Anyway, guys,
he knows about Dune. I like you, Michael. At least you know what Dune is.
I know what Dune is. I watched the original Dune.
Yeah, you know, I had to be sure you probably one of them Stygian witches or something like that in your pocket.
Is that one of them? Is that one of them chicks that has the cloak over their body, over their head and shit?
Yes.
Yes.
She has that mental ability to see the future and all that.
I smashed one of them, but I ain't smashing no worm. No worm and spice.
He would do that old lady with the
little
needle. Yeah. Put your hand in the box. Put your hand in the box.
Boy, revitalize her life. That's what I do. Anyway.
Jesus.
Take that cloak off and let's get busy.
Hey, Megan probably thinks she said put your head in the box.
That's right. And I said, that's not what you was asking for?
Which head? Right.
Oh, shit. All right. We got too far on this. Michael Turner said, I like it.
Jerry Jones.
I love all the Marvel stuff. You damn fool.
He's up in there one day.
Okay. All right. If this is what I got to look forward to in GRG, I'm in trouble. Oh, my God. Anyway. All right, guys. We will see you here. I'm going to go. I'm going to be on Ham Solo's podcast tomorrow, and then after that, I'm going to finally see what David's talking about with.
You doing one on the 4th of July, Ham?
Hello,
Ham. You doing one on the 4th of July?
Yeah. Oh wait, no. I mean, yeah. If that's tomorrow, yeah.
That is tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow. Okay.
So. All right. So anyway,
Maybe
we'll be
I
there, and then of course I'll hop in into seeing what David's talking about. Like if they trying to play Rivals or some crazy shit like that, I'm not playing that. I don't even like Marvel Rivals.
Still blacking out, dude.
Okay.
I don't
Still ain't got his mic fixed. Damn.
No, I got to give me a new mic. I'll give me a new mic one of these days. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much. I will see you guys here soon. If not Saturday, I will be back here Sunday for Fight Night Sunday, and we'll figure out what games we're going to be
Marvel
playing.
versus Capcom, baby, collection. Let's go.
All right,
let
guys.
me know what you want because I need to download it now.
Okay, if you got Marvel versus Capcom collection, download that.
Okay.
And yeah, and then
those are the games in that collection, boy.
Yeah. So, and then after that, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later on. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. So X-Man, where can they find you at?
Right now I got a whole weekend off. I ain't gotta be nowhere. Only time I gotta be somewhere is Tuesday with Gaming After Dark with Noof Nukem at 8:30 p.m. Central. That's about it this week. It's coming up to me. So, I got a whole weekend to do what I want. Make a break.
All right. Viper, where can they find you at?
Oh God. Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing much this weekend at all because, holiday and off from school. But yeah, I'm gonna be installing that Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, and actually, it's already installed. Never mind.
All
And
right.
I'll be
Yeah, it's
playing
only
that
6 gigs. It don't take that much.
And since Sir X-Man is in here, he's gonna want to play another old fighter. So if you got Dead or Alive 6, download that.
Yo, I play Marvel vs. You know I love Marvel vs. Capcom series.
I know, but I'm saying if you stick around, then you're gonna want to play Dead or Alive because you always want to play Dead or Alive.
Hey, I'll play something with you. I ain't got nothing to do this weekend. Let's go.
Okay, well you got that Tekken 8, sucker?
Nah, you know I ain't got that. Let's be real.
I do.
Okay,
Hey,
you know what we can do? You know what we can do? You know what we can do? We can play some Soul Calibur. As long as ain't too many people screwing it up, it'll work fine. Let's do Soul Calibur.
Soul Calibur, though. Which one?
Soul Calibur 6.
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6.
That one.
Okay, so we'll play both of those. That's fine. I'm with that. All right, guys. Thank you so much. And Ham Solo, you already did your outro, but if you want to do the outro again, let people know, and then we out of here.
Peace out, everybody. See you on the 11th.
All right, we out. Peace. Thank you for stopping by, everybody.